You're tuned in to the Red Zone Blitz.
Here we go.
The home for all things NFL and college football.
Ready?
What is up, everybody? What is going on? If you are new here, welcome to the Red Zone Blitz. I'm joined by my co-host, Brandon.
Brandon the OG. Texas in his blood, you can see it when he speaks. From the Longhorn steeple to the star.
How we doing, Brandon? What's going on?
What's up? Doing fucking fantastic.
You know what? As good as we'll ever be. New year, new Brandon, I think. Nope, same Brandon.
Same fucking asshole.
Yep.
Same fucking asshole.
There it is, and we're joined by the Love Machine, KK. What's going on?
He the man. Walk in the spot, everybody got plans. Yeah. Ladies wanna know if he's single, what's the play? But he just left it off like, girl, that's KK. Love Machine.
What is going on, KK?
Just chilling.
Okay, all right. And then we got the Black and Gold Bachelor riding a great high. Probably commented way too many things in Tyler Loop's DMs and comment section. Probably told him to one too many times to kill himself. That is Matthew.
Go back to Matthews in his zone. Hard on the field even when he's home. Yelling, here we go till his voice runs cold.
What's going on, Matthew? What's going on?
Hey, feeling a little sick.
Yeah.
Sick of everybody sleeping on the Steelers.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
We got a lot of Ravens in the Great White North, and we look around the city and you see them where they're kind of flocking. They tend to eat trash. So you are what you eat, bitch.
Okay.
And that's all you'll be.
All
Trash.
right. Well, this is I am G, I guess.
Here's the G and a good time pouring. Raise 'em up.
We really got that one short.
We're off to a great
We're
start.
off to a roaring start here. My oh my. Okay. Fellas. So it's been a while since we've been on air. We're gonna be back to our regularly scheduled programming. It's all it feels like forever, week 18. But week 18 didn't just end the season, it rewrote it. You saw Seattle still the number one seed. Tampa won, but they still got eliminated. That's a very just crucifying victory. And Baltimore watched their season die on a missed game winner. And then we had college football turn into a full-on regime change. You saw Indiana blew, Alabama off the field. Oregon pitched a shutout. Miami bullied Ohio State. And Ole Miss somehow in all of this is without Lane Kiffin and making shred waves. So, we got tons of stuff to talk about. This is going to be one of the probably longest episodes that we've recorded because there is so much stuff to talk about. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into the opening drive.
The opening drive.
All right, fellas. NFL Week 18. I'm not going to go through all the games. I know you guys want me to talk about Dallas and losing to the Giants. So what a great thing that was. But you know what? Let's go into the games that matter. So first and foremost, the Seahawks take the number one seed in the NFC. They beat the 49ers. It was a game where, you know what? They just took it away from the 49ers. They suffocated them. That defense was all over them. If I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan, and I met a few of them over the weekend, I was in Washington. I saw a lot of jerseys. I will say that classic Seahawks throwback jersey, that they've been bringing back, that's a pretty sweet jersey. It's a very nice. They should go back to that full time. It's a very nice jersey. But fellas, okay, is Seattle the best team in the NFC, or is it just a team that has peaked perfectly at the right time?
I think they are the best. If we go back a couple weeks ago, I said the Rams were the best.
Yes.
Seattle beat them.
No, listen, a couple weeks ago, sir, you've been saying the Rams have been the best since we started this whole thing in July.
But then Seattle beat them.
Yes.
So then, Rams kind of had a couple weeks where they didn't look.
Seattle just didn't beat them, Brandon. Seattle beat them, and then the Rams had to fire their special teams coordinator.
Yeah, it was funny. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, looking at it, and is Seattle the best or is San Fran the best? And I said San Francisco was the best. Well, then Seattle beat fucking San Francisco. So I think you have to at this point say that Seattle is the best team in the NFC.
Now, Seahawks fans don't want to hear that from you.
No, they don't.
Because you know what this means. A first game exit from the hands of probably the Carolina Panthers. Who knows?
But that defense is
Unreal.
As much as I hate it, I love seeing DeMarcus Lawrence, find his game again. Because in the last couple of years in Dallas, he had his moments, but he just really wasn't the guy that we all thought he was. And now in Seattle, it's just like it's rejuvenated him, and he is that guy.
What I love about DeMarcus Lawrence, and a lot of people probably don't realize this because they don't give a fuck about DeMarcus Lawrence because, he was whatever. But he played on the Cowboys, so I gave a lot of fucks about DeMarcus Lawrence. There's a lot of times throughout the last few years, mainly the last two, where Micah Parsons would come to the sidelines and he would just be bitching and complaining at other players, being like, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, da-da-da-da. And D-Law would be the one to check him. DeMarcus Lawrence would be the one to be like, hey, you got to keep it 100. Like, you have to do your job too. It's not just everybody else.
That's right.
You got to do your job too. And so that was the type of leadership he brought to the sidelines of the Dallas Cowboys. And I remember when he left to Seattle, Micah went on, Micah does what Micah does. He loves his little Twitter posting and, it's it's my team now, all this other stuff. But DeMarcus Lawrence has been a leader since he entered the Cowboys locker room, and he's leading this Seahawks defense, and they look unstoppable. I will wait until the end probably to name my Super Bowl picks, but they are right up there. Like, there is no stopping these guys. What about you, Matthew? What do you think about Seattle?
Honestly,
I know you have a love-hate relationship with the Seahawks due to some certain people in your DMs always reminding you about Ben Roethlisberger, the rapist.
Yeah, and they just should shut up about that. I don't think they know what they're talking about. But I got to disagree with you, Brandon. I don't even think Seattle's the best team in the division. I don't even think they're the second best team in the division.
Okay.
I look at the wins they had against the Rams. I think that was a bit fraudulent with the 2-point conversion. And the win against the 49ers, like the 49ers just had like a crazy game against Chicago that they just barely beat, right? So I think, coming off that, so much of like the energy and whatnot, maybe it took a toll out of them. And they weren't really the best. Kittle maybe was a little banged up from the week before, but I just kind of look at the Rams and the 49ers, and I think it comes down to playoff performance. And until Sam Darnold shows that he can win in the playoffs, I'm not gonna be riding with Seattle. I'm gonna be riding with the Rams and the 49ers.
So we'll get clipped. We'll play. We're gonna target ad this in all of Washington. I'm gonna send this clip. I'll put $10 behind it. This is going to the state of Washington, and state of Washington only.
If they could prove me wrong, like I want to see one game out of Sam Darnold.
We will be
The playoff game.
We are going to be in
playoff
Washington,
game.
Sam, let me listen to me, Sam. We're on a first name basis now. This is G from the Red Zone Blitz, Sam, if you're listening. We are personally, all four of us, along with our friend James, going to be in the in the Seattle area, sir, for the Super Bowl. We would love nothing more than to go to all the establishments and party it up. Maybe, this might be a good time for you to lock in. Prove the doubters wrong. Prove the haters like Matthew wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Yes. You know what? Prove him wrong. Now, I'm going to one more question on the 49ers, I guess, is if you're a coach, you're Nick Sirianni right now in Philadelphia, you're planning on playing the 49ers. What's one area you attack, KK?
You gotta stop C-Mac.
Yeah, I guess that's a big
stop
one.
The run game, the screen passes. They're gonna feed them the ball.
Yeah, that's where that engine runs from is Christian McCaffrey. I agree with you. I think that's where where everything goes. Everything goes through. Moving on, fellas. Moving on. Anything else to add about the good old Seahawks?
Well, just how dominant they were.
Go ahead, Brandon. Tell Matthew, look him in the eyes and tell him how dominant Seattle was.
So Seattle defense held them to 3 3-and-outs, a 4-and-out, another 4th down incompletion. Not a single drive lasted more than 9 plays. They were 2 for 9 on third down. This is the fewest defensive snaps the Seahawks as a team have played since like 1991. That is fucking dominant.
Personally, I think this is great. As a Cowboys fan, I love this because the 49ers went through the gauntlet of the Seahawks defense, and now they get to play the Eagles, which they're going to be, wow, this is so much easier. So personally, I good. Shout out to
the
shout out
talking
to the
about the Seattle defense, and that's it. Like, it's just they're fucking dominant.
The thing is with Seattle, I don't question their defense. And like Darnold has been playing great. It's their run game that I just keep in a question.
Okay,
like
good old Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet combo package.
Now is the bye going to affect them when they return?
Is it going to affect them like it's affected the college teams?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to that. But
Well,
Right?
that's a good. Yeah, that's a
They'll
good
be
point.
well rested, but will that bye?
But do you need like? Would you
Will a
want to
slow
be
start get them?
Do you want to be well rested right now? That's the thing. Like, do you want to be the team that's sitting? Like Denver, I don't think has played a meaningful football game in a while. I'd be concerned if I was a Broncos fan. They haven't played meaningful football in what, a month?
about that, yeah.
Yeah. Is that really where you want to be going into this? Or do you want to be like Jacksonville, who just keeps torching it up? Their starting quarterback's getting squatted in bars by women.
That video is hilarious.
They're living. They're living. Moving on, fellas. Moving on. Bucks beat the Panthers, but they missed playoffs because the Falcons beat the Saints.
Fucking hilarious.
I would, as soon as I knew that this was going to be a possibility,
funny.
I knew this was going to happen.
I love these tiebreaker scenarios, just creating chaos. It's like the ACC with Duke fucking winning the tiebreaker and getting to play in the conference championship, and then they win the conference championship.
All right. So the first one, I think I know where all of you are going to answer. Is this on the Bucks for not handling business, or is this just, oh, you know what? It's NFL. It's randomness. It's the luck of the draw.
I think this is strictly on Baker Mayfield.
I
I
agree. I think this is very much so on the. I wouldn't say it's strictly just on Baker Mayfield, but
a big part of
60% of this is on Baker Mayfield. 40% of this is probably the coaching staff. But
sure, they had injuries and all that, and you can like I said, when they got back and were healthy, they still struggled. So I can't remember what's the record, whatever. Baker Mayfield in the first 9 games threw 2 interceptions. The last 8 games, he threw an interception in 7 of them. And in the last 4 of those games, the interceptions came at clutch time. Like the game would have been the game-winning drive, throws an interception against the Saints. I think it was the Panthers. The first game.
He's thrown it against.
It was on the
Yeah.
last
was it
drive.
the Falcons?
He has thrown against Falcons.
just-
Yep.
I think a big issue was Baker Mayfield throwing interceptions.
Now, okay, I think everybody's in agreement. This is on the Bucks. We're not giving them a free pass here. Now, based off of that, should they run it back, or is this the end of the era? And that includes now. If you're like, okay, they should run it back, but they got to change something. They got to do something. What is it that you change? Are you changing coaching? Are you changing the QB plan? How you're going to address Baker Mayfield's development, the way he's throwing the ball, whatever he's doing? Or do you make a roster change? Because I will pitch it out to you guys. I feel strongly about how, I feel about this situation, but I want to hear from you guys. Do they run it back, or is this there's a nuclear issue here? We got to fix that before we can go
I
ahead.
think it's the end of the era. They had a lot of offensive weapons
Yep.
and couldn't get it done.
Chris Godwin, Bucky Irving, Rashad White. You had Mike Evans come back and Buka.
Buka.
Yeah, there's tons of weaponry there, and I think they used injuries. It's funny, they were better off when they were injured. They actually played better through the first half when they didn't have Chris Godwin, and they were injured, and they weren't galaxy braiding this thing. It was very simple football they were playing, but they were winning.
Unfortunately, I think they will run it back. I don't know if they should. And the reason I'm going to say they shouldn't is I think they should move on from Todd Bowles.
100%.
Because that one game that they had in that primetime game where they blew the lead, and then he went after the game into the press conference and said, our players are not motivated. They're not buying into this. I think he lost the locker room after that game.
Yeah,
I can't
you
remember
say
which
that
one it
as a
was.
coach.
What I don't,
But I think he just lost it for them. And then the team just didn't want to play for him.
my
anymore.
point is very similar to yours. It's about a press conference, and it's about a press conference Todd Bowles did recently where they questioned him. And mind you, Tampa Bay media is not as scrutinizing as other bigger markets are. I won't name names, but Dallas. But they questioned him. They said, "Do you think you deserve to be back as the coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?" And no, there's some sort of siren situation. I don't know if did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, I'm like, what the fuck? My ears just
At least
ringing?
it's not the fire alarm. This
Yeah,
time.
yes,
think
that is
it's,
true. That is true. There's
I think it's the Ravens organization. It's going.
they're
up in
calling the
flames.
alarm. They're
It's
calling
going
the
up in
alarm.
flames.
Listen, Todd Bowles was asked if, you know what, he should be, fired or let go or whatever. And his response was, I made it to X amount of, I've won X amount of division championships. I've done this. I've done like a lot of divisional talk, or I made the playoff, blah, blah, blah. That is not the right answer, Mr. Bowles. That is not a taking accountability for, you know what? I could give a fuck what you did last year. I could give a fuck what you did 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. You're in a division with the Falcons, Saints, and who's the fourth team?
The Panthers.
The Panthers. I'm pretty sure I could coach this team to a division title the last few years, the way things have gone. You just lost the division to the Panthers. To the Panthers that had Bryce Young, who this is probably his first proper year starting as quarterback. And instead of going out there and being like, yep, I take full accountability for this. You know what? It is on me. It is on my coaching staff, but we're going to turn it around. You instead went, well, I look at the resume. Look at what I've done. What have you done? Since Tom Brady left, what have you done? He didn't win Todd Bowles didn't win the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. It was Bruce Arians.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you, as Todd Bowles, what have you done? Liam Cohen developed Baker Mayfield.
Well, and the thing with sports is that no one cares what you've done. It's what have you done lately.
Exactly.
Lately being this season. No one gives a shit about 2 years ago. No one gives a shit about 3 years ago. No one gives a shit when you won the Super Bowl. We're talking this season. We're here in the now. What have you done lately? You sucked.
I mean, what's crazy is also if you take like his last records with the Bucks and put him in any other division, they're not making the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs. Like they have had poor records that have barely squeaked into the playoffs. And now, like you look at Baker Mayfield's play, like you said, the interception he's thrown, and now you're just like, where do you go from here, right? Like,
Yep. I agree. Where are you going to, where is there to go?
Like you got to fix it, but
Is
as a
this
coach,
the ceiling? Honestly, I guess I'll ask. Is this the ceiling for Baker?
I think he's
Yeah.
maybe his
Is there a next level to this, or is this
I don't think so.
the best we got, basically?
No, I think that's Baker.
Where else is he gonna go? He's been everywhere
Well,
already.
no, I don't
right?
think he's gonna. I don't know if, but is the play wise? Like, is this the best play we're gonna get out of Baker? Because at one point in the season, he was in MVP conversations. They were like, "Yep, this guy, he's gonna drag him to an MVP, whatever." But eventually, he just broke down, and I think he's hurt.
He's gotta be.
I think second half of the season, he got banged up pretty bad. I was watching him run through a bunch of people. The way he plays is very reckless. He plays a very Jackson Dart and him don't play much different styles. They play very similar styles. They play reckless. They're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
But I think he was hurt the second half of the season. They kept trekking him out there because they'd had no other option. But I don't know. I think this is it with Baker. I think this is what you're going to get.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Like Todd Bowles clearly can't coach him into doing any better, right? Like as you age, you got to be more of a pocket passer.
Yeah,
and
like
he's
you
not
got to
doing
be
that.
more mindful of the type of style you're playing.
Maybe
Yeah.
a coaching change is needed in Tampa Bay.
I definitely think
right?
so.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think you got to get a coach in there that can maximize the what's left of Baker, not a guy that's going to keep pushing the same thing, trekking it along and just beating it down. But you know what? We'll see. We'll see. Tampa Bay's got a long off season, whereas the Panthers are gearing up for the playoffs. All right, final Week 18 game. You know where I'm going with this. The Ravens lose to the Steelers, and they miss the playoffs on a missed game-winning field goal. Now, I initially wrote here, that is the kind of ending that follows a franchise all offseason. That was determinant when they fired Jim Harbaugh. John Harbaugh. They fired their coach. They didn't wait very long. They didn't wait many days. They just announced that yesterday. Now, if you're the Ravens, or you're a Ravens fan, do you look at this loss or this missed field goal as a fluke? You're like, you know what? It's kicker error, or is it you don't want the consequence of playing with fire all year and it finally came down and bit you?
Came down to your season should not come down to a field goal.
Tyler Loop field goal.
A rookie kicker field goal attempt to end the season as time expires. Like, you've had so many opportunities, so many chances to right the season, and you just the way they started, they came back to be where they were after how they started, said something, but at the end of the day, they had so many other chances. Harbaugh, like he said, 18 years, and he was gone. Like, they didn't take any time. Like,
I think Tomlin's sitting there making all these statements about Harbaugh, thinking that could have been me.
Oh yeah,
It could have been.
It
still can be.
It still could be. Yeah.
It still could be. If you're Baltimore, what's your offseason priority?
Well, right now it's getting a coach, first and foremost. But it's probably getting a coach that can get the most out of Lamar's game and could make sure that the team stays healthy, make sure that it runs the ball with Derrick Henry. That's why John Harbaugh lost his job, honestly, was that he wasn't giving the ball to Derrick Henry enough, and he was making poor coaching decisions. So, yeah, it starts with getting a coach. I mean, I don't know who they're going to look for, but
I mean, we'll talk about coaching carousel in a bit and later on in the episode, but the obvious name that now is available is Cliff Kingsbury for Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. An RPO lover, calls a very college style game. That's the guy that can unlock that that offense into a next level. But they need to get dogs on. They need to get a dog. We're going to talk about some wide receivers. They need to get some help. You got to get a wide receiver in there. Get a one. They need to fix that defense. That defense is out just doing all sorts of horrible things. But my God, Ravens fans, are you just the scum of the earth? The amount of videos I've seen of Ravens fans just being absolute belligerent idiots. You would have thought that the game was taking place in Philadelphia. The Ravens fans, let me tell you. All right, hold on. Let me tell you. You guys heard of the show The Wire?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, that took place in Baltimore. All right, that already gave your city kind of a bad name. And then bring your city to light. You remember watching The Sopranos? You know how they talk about Jersey? Satrielli's and Jersey, Gabagool, all that other stuff. That was a positive light. People were like, you know what? Jersey City. Also, we are the most listened to in Jersey City. So shout out to all the New Jersey Devils fans. You are booing Luke Hughes. It's only a matter of time before he leaves you.
Yeah.
Listen, we are the most listened to in New Jersey. I don't know if it's New Jersey, but Jersey City at least. They love us out there. The Sopranos painted a very positive light of that area. The Wire painted a very negative light of Baltimore. I've never been to Baltimore. I don't have desires to go to Baltimore. But I was like, maybe it's a better city than they painted it. It can't be that bad. Nope. Watching these purple-headed idiots, I'm just like, yep, you are exactly as stupid as I thought you were. Baltimore Ravens fans and Philadelphia Eagles fans are the two cousins that have sex with each other, and then they produce the fucking Alabama Crimson Tide fans. I've come to the consensus. Oh, we also have an exciting announcement to make. Brandon, you can crack your beer now. On that note, listen, we got an exciting announcement. A quick shout out Well, I don't know if it's quick, but a definite shout out to Miller Lite for powering this episode. If you're watching the game, arguing your fantasy football trades, hanging with the boys, you don't want a beer you have to think about. Miller Lite's got great taste, only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs. So you can crush one and stay locked in. Crack a cold one, enjoy the original light beer. Miller Lite, great taste, less filling. Also, thank you to Miller Lite. Thank you to the folks over at Miller. Fellas, we're going to the Rose Bowl.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, we are.
Next
go.
year.
Cheers to that.
Hey, cheers to the Red Zone Blitz. We will be heading to Pasadena, California next year for the Rose Bowl, courtesy of our friends over at Miller Lite. Thank you very much. Once again, Miller Lite, what a fantastic beer. I was very happy when we got off the phone and they were like, yep, I guess we'll do it with you, degenerates. And I'm like, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. That's fucking
Thank
crazy.
you.
That's fucking wild.
Thank you, Miller Lite. If you need a beer to drink, I don't know what you're doing if you're not drinking Miller Lite. So Miller Lite all the way. We've got some other exciting stuff coming down the road as well. We've got some exciting sponsorship opportunities. If you are interested in getting sponsored, this podcast streams in 82 cities across the world. We are streamed 23,000 times a month.
That's fucking wild, man. Like,
You want to get your brand, your company, your logo. You hate your wife and you want her name blasted on these records. Get in touch with us. Red Zone Blitz Podcast at gmail.com. You get in touch. You get in touch with us and we'll lock in. Actually, I was going to wait him, but we'll announce it. So redzoneblitzpodcast.com right now. We have officially opened our merch site. You want a hoodie. You want a t-shirt. You want to get a nice pint glass. You want to get a gift for your family or your friends. Give them something from Red Zone Blitz. Do not give your girlfriend a t-shirt or water bottle that says world's best brother. No, don't do that. That's inbred behavior. Don't do that. Don't do it. Get some Red Zone Blitz merchandise. Matthew, what's the website?
redzoneblitz.com.
Nope. RedZoneBlitzPodcast.com.
Oh, RedZoneBlitzPodcast.
Nice try. Nice try. We're all hunkering it down here. Red Zone Blitz Podcast. RedZoneBlitz.com takes them to our ArchNet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Don't go to there.
My bad.
yeah, don't go there.
Don't go there. Fuck
go
Nebraska. I mean, thank you, Nebraska. I don't know how I feel about Nebraska anymore.
We're in a
It's a very confusing.
We're in a confused state about Nebraska.
we need to
don't know.
update our status. It's complicated with Nebraska.
We have
It's complicated.
a complicated relationship with Nebraska. That's our status update lately with them. All right, fellas, college football.
Fuck yeah.
All right, so let's go.
One more thing.
Oh, sorry. Yes, the Ravens. Yes,
Ravens. Look, we talk shit.
Uh-huh.
As fans, we talk shit.
Keep
As
talking
guys,
shit.
we talk shit.
Yes,
Talking shit is a part of who we are.
that is true.
Don't fucking DM a player's wife or fiance. You're better than that. Like,
What the fuck
like-
are you guys
like, I'm
doing?
serious,
Let me
like,
have a read.
they
of
don't
these
give
comments.
like, especially same thing. It's whenever shit happens and you ruin someone's parlay. They don't give a fuck about your parlay. You know, they've got enough shit on their plate. Like, this is why we play the fucking games. This is why, you get to the 30, the 40-yard line. Oh, you're close enough. We'll just give you 3 points. No, you fucking kick it because shit like this can happen. This is sports. This happens. Don't fucking DM a guy saying kill yourself. Don't fucking DM a guy's fiance and be like, you should break up with this fucking loser. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty
coming
fucked.
from me as one of the most immature motherfuckers, grow the fuck up. Like, don't do that shit.
Also, like, you don't know what the sport the Ravens fans are watching, but even if they made the playoffs, they weren't going anywhere. Stop. Yeah, apparently people are messaging them. Still have time to cancel the wedding.
Jesus Christ.
You know, I saw some. I was scrolling down, like we were scrolling down some of the comment
Hope
pages.
you
and
get
man,
divorced.
it's like,
That's brutal.
dude, there's some that were funny, and of course that's talking shit. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And then you see the fucking go fucking kill yourself. Like, fuck off, bud. Like,
Stop.
when was the
bullying-
last time you fucking kicked a fucking football?
Yeah,
you
it's
probably
not-
couldn't
it's not
fucking kick a
easy.
football
5 yards.
10 yards.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of, like, a lot of people do this shit, like message. I've only time I've ever messaged an athlete about something stupid like this was when I told Rashee Rice it was all going to be okay after he tore his ACL. As I get well soon. But apparently he is just beating his girlfriend into an oblivion. So Rashee Rice is absolutely fucking over his career at an enormous rate. But yeah, stop messaging the significant others or even the players. Stop it. Do better. I don't know. I don't have high hopes for you Ravens fans, though. You are fucking idiots. I hope you heard every little bit I said. And Red Zone Blitz podcast at gmail.com. Get my line if you want to talk some shit. We'll get you on the air. All right, fellas. College football quarterfinals. Indiana humiliated Alabama.
That's an understatement.
That was...
don't
you wish I bet Kalen DeBoer was sitting there like, God damn it, why didn't we lose earlier so I could have taken the Michigan job? Because now it's fucking all sorts of shit in my face.
That was a clinic.
Like
total clinic.
Is Indiana's rise the best story in modern college football?
It has to be.
That's to be.
So 2 years ago, up until 2 years ago, they were the losingest program in all of college football. And now they're in the number 1 seed and they just fucking absolutely steamrolled Alabama.
Yeah.
Like if you said this 2 fucking years ago that this was going to happen.
But if you said in the preseason,
they
were 100-1 to win it all
Like
in the preseason.
I think a lot of people are going to give Mendoza his credit, which rightfully so. Guy is balling at a absolute demonic level. But the guy that deserves a lot of credit is the coach.
Look him up. He wins.
He just keeps on winning. He just no end in sight. And you know what? They keep on winning the transfer portal. They're not stopping. I don't know where people are thinking Indiana's going, but they're not going to stop anytime soon. Yep. Anything else to add, fellas, about this beatdown? I don't think there's much other than the fact that Alabama's got some looking to do in the mirror. Their brand it's starting to get real. It reminds me of when Tom Brady left New England and all the New England Patriots fans were scrambling to figure out who they were cheering for now that Tom Brady left.
I think, like I said, for this game, like I said, if you can't get a run game against Indiana, if they make you a one-dimensional passing team, you're fucked. 17 carries, 23 yards.
Yep.
13 of those were on one run. So that's 16 carries for 10 yards.
Yeah,
you're not going to fucking win a game if you can't get it running. I think they had 3 or 4 run plays that went for negative yards.
Yep.
Like this game was just absolutely fucking insane. Like we're talking rest versus rust.
Mm-hmm.
So the college football, the teams that have the bye are now 1-7. Indiana being that one team. Like,
you know who you can chalk that up to is the coach, because you looked at him at the end of the game and he was just, like 2 minutes left in the game and he's like dialed in.
Buddy, no shirt quarter zip.
He's just
no shirt quarter zip. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, or post.
He's wearing a quarter zip with no shirt on underneath.
Post game interviewing. Why? Because we're Indiana.
Because he fucks. He's fucks. He's fucking at an elite level. He is. I'm not like Lane Kiffin where he's fucking the sorority girls. He is just fucking the other team. He is just
Hey.
I see the man with you. Listen to me.
That's my
Listen
coach.
to me. There's going to be a lot of junior Kiffins running around the LSU campus. I'm telling you right now, that man's going to knock up sorority girls at an obscene rate. It's unfair that the Michigan coach got fired for what Lane Kiffin is going to do, and he's not going to get fired. It's unfair, I must say. It's very unfair. I'm just going to put that out there. Now, moving on. Oregon. I really like Texas Tech. I really thought they were going to do something.
Yeah.
I really bought into the hype. And I was watching Landman, and they got the Texas Tech hats on. I'm like, you know what?
You're all about Texas, that's why.
I fucking love Texas. I'm like, you know what? It's going to be beautiful. We're going to have a nice Texas Tech Cinderella story. And Dan Lanning and Oregon came down in there and they said, absolutely fucking not. Listen, the Oregon defense was phenomenal. I will give it to them. That was sacks, picks, strip sacks. They slapping the other player's ass. They were doing it all. Now, the offense was a little uneven. The offense took some time to get going. But now the one thing that I noticed was Dan Lanning's fourth down aggression. Now, I saw this with Dan Campbell in Detroit. Everybody, some people like it, some people hate it. Is his fourth down mentality a championship edge, or is it a future meltdown waiting to happen? Where do you guys handle on this fourth down thing that he's got going on?
I love it. I love when teams go for it on fourth down.
Well, as a man, as a lover of chaos.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta love the chaos. I'm a little bit uneasy. Like sometimes I watch in that game, like Dante Moore lost the ball sometimes, botched snaps. That could happen on a fourth down play, and then that could ruin them.
You got to pick your spots on the fourth down.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
If you go for it every fourth down,
it gets a little too predictable.
Yeah,
I mean, situational. I mean, we'll talk about it in a second, but Georgia going for it on fourth down. Now that was fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
But we'll talk about that in a bit. But I love when teams go for it on fourth down. But you got to be locked in. You got to have confidence. Things got to be going your way. Things got to be rolling. Because
there's got to be a flow going into the game.
It's got to be organic. Like, it's got to be organic. You got to be in the moment. Because there's times where you're going for a fourth down and you can tell, no, this is forced and it's not going to work. And then you see a play just get blown up. And it's like, that call was forced. That wasn't organic. You shouldn't have gone on that one.
Love that. Well, Oregon beat the fucking brakes on Texas Tech.
But Texas Tech got exposed. This is what happens in the NIL era. You have so much money in NIL, and you see where Texas Tech spent all their money.
All right, Grandpa. Tell us more about how the NIL is ruining college football.
I never said they're ruining it.
Go ahead.
No, fuck no. I love the NIL. I think
I'm just waiting for Texas Tech fans to come in our DMs.
No, I love
this guy fucking hates the NIL. Fuck him.
No, I love the NIL. It's
Texas
created
fans.
chaos again. And look at the transfer portal right now. It's fucking wild. It's free agency. Insane. It's basically professional. It's NFL or college football free agency.
Yeah.
But Texas Tech obviously spent all their money on both sides of the line in the trenches. Their offense got exposed. They've been playing. I mean, they played in the Big 12. Big 12 is not where.
Yeah, I think that's where you're like the competition they play throughout the year is not going to be at the same level as the college football playoffs, and I think that's what they realized very early on in this game.
Because if you go back, to preseason predictions, who was supposed to win the Big 12? People had Kansas State, people had Arizona State, and they did nothing. And the Big 12 is
not
different.
This podcast had Texas Tech. If you remember, go back. This podcast had Texas Tech winning.
But like I said, they got exposed. They had a great year.
I didn't say Texas Tech's going to win that game.
You weren't fucking here.
No, we're talking about the start of the fucking podcast. When we were doing our previews, we had the Texas Tech Red Raiders winning the Big 12. We did.
But Texas Tech will be back here in the exact same spot next year.
They're fiending. Those boosters are jerking off right now to the sounds of transfer portals hitting.
Yeah, but have you seen their fucking schedule next year? It is fucking cupcake schedule, man. There's no reason why Texas Tech shouldn't go undefeated next year. Their schedule is
they'll be right back here, and they're going to be probably way better. I was very scared if I'm other teams because they've got all the boosters in the world.
All right, oil money.
All right, fellas. You know what? My favorite game of the week was Miami beating Ohio State.
Sounds like you're a Miami fan now.
No.
He's a Michael Irvin fan.
I just love Michael Irvin, the playmaker. What a phenomenal addition he has been to the Miami Hurricanes. The beating of the jersey with the belt.
On a garbage can.
On a garbage can. Is the single biggest strength of the Miami Hurricanes. Other teams look at that and that strikes fear in their body. You know what? Ohio State, y'all be embarrassed of yourself. Yeah, I'm speaking in a little bit of a southern accent now. Y'all better be embarrassed of themselves because how are you going to let Miami do that to you? How are you going to let that quarterback do that to you now? Come on, son. And Michael Irvin over there glistening with his pearly white teeth. slapping your jersey across the fucking ass. My God. Listen, I'm not gonna go into this too much here. We could give a fuck about Ohio State on this podcast. I really want to play the Stephen A. Smith clip where he says, "We don't care. We don't give a fuck about Ohio State right now. They don't deserve to be talked about. You guys are a bunch of frauds." Now, on to the team that actually matters. Can Miami win it all?
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
But
Yeah, depends on the offense.
that pick six was
Oh, yeah.
a thing of fucking beauty. You cannot read a play, read a quarterback, jump a play any more fucking perfect than that.
Yes,
That
sir.
was fucking beautiful. That was a clinic. Like, that tape is going to be saved, and that is going to be shown every fucking where.
Yeah.
This is, when you see this is how you jump a route. This is how you fucking get a pick six. And then, yeah, Michael Irvin on the sideline, man, he was ready to just,
Oh, yeah.
oh man,
They-
like,
they
he
bet-
was ready to just,
They better get my
Like-
boy. They better get my boy, the playmaker, some good coke. They better get him some good coke. You know what? They gotta feed him the good stuff, straight from Cuba or Colombia, wherever we're supplying him these days. They gotta feed him right. They can go all the way. It's all about what they feed Michael Irvin. They feed him that good stuff. They're going far.
Hey, they had Shaq at Texas Live doing his little DJ. Half the stadium stayed just so they could watch Michael Irvin take his belt out and just beat the fucking garbage can. Like, everyone's watching him.
I'm
It's
telling
crazy.
you, this is who needs a fucking mascot in today's day and age when you have Michael Irvin beating the fucking jersey with a belt?
Yeah.
I think, you know what? Obviously I don't remember the Jimmy Johnson Miami era before my time. Some of you OGs on this podcast can probably attest to how great the dominance of Miami was and how greatly it was followed.
that was a little before my time, but
But
obviously
they-
we've seen the documentaries. And,
But they are
everything,
building.
right? Like,
They are building the hype, fellas. The social media hype train. The people are on the bandwagon. It is hurricane season out here. Miami is. You know what? I'm gonna wait till I make my lock, but they're looking real good now, fellas. How about them Bulldogs? How about them Georgia Bulldogs losing to Ole Miss? Wow. Now, you know, QB heroics. The referees not letting the game end at the end there with
that
their
was fucking
They're-
dumb.
That was
Constant-
really stupid.
clock
Twice.
Yes, twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
The last SEC team standing, Ole Miss. What does it say about the SEC, Brandon?
It's chaos. And that's why they say with the SEC, it's just different. Any team that gets in from the SEC, and that's why I say in the SEC, even the shitty teams show up when they're playing conference games. Like,
Yeah.
the SEC is a league of its own. Big Ten, you can say whatever you want, but the SEC is just different. But with this game, like I said, Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin, they're playing pissed off. They're playing angry football right now. But we were talking about teams being rusty with the bye. I think Kirby Smart was fucking rusty. His
Yeah,
play
I'll tell you.
calling was very questionable. That
Yeah.
fourth down, but even aside from that, his play calling, especially in the second half, was very. It was not very Kirby Smart.
No.
Yeah, I had my doubts about what I was witnessing there. That I was like, this doesn't seem like the right thing to call at the right time. And there you go. I think he galaxy brained himself a bit on that bye week. I think he read a little too many books. I think having another coach go in there instead of Lane Kiffin just fucked up the game plan for them, because I don't think they were prepared at all to go up against Ole Miss, which for Ole Miss's sake, keep the train rolling.
They're like I said, they're playing in spite. It's gonna be fucking hilarious if
National champions.
if they do win the national championship.
Can you-
Like that,
That would
as
be
the
funny.
ultimate fuck you.
You sent
Yeah.
Lane in the ring?
I think they have to because he's still getting paid.
Well, technically
Yeah,
he's coaching
technically
enough
he's
getting
games,
paid, right? Like,
so
he's
he
getting
should
paid.
he should get a ring.
Yeah.
But wow, what a game, fellas! On that note, we're gonna dive right into the semifinal. We're gonna do it here. All right, first game. We'll go. Yep. All right, let's go. First game: Ole Miss versus Miami. Beautiful. The Fiesta Bowl. Thursday, January 8th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, State Farm Stadium, Glendale. Miami is favored as the hotter defensive team. Okay, here we go. The big picture. So this is pure chaos versus control. Ole Miss just survived the Lane Kiffin exit, then out-dueled Georgia 39-34. Miami is the giant killer. They've knocked out Texas A&M and defending champ Ohio State back-to-back. One side has the hottest quarterback. The other side has the hottest defense. You probably think this game's going to be a little volatile, and that's the point. Now, why this game is uncomfortable for Ole Miss. Miami's pass rush, relentless. 2 playoff games, constant pressure, turnovers everywhere. Trinidad Chambliss is forced off schedule. Ole Miss loses its magic. Ole Miss has lived on the nerve ending this entire postseason. Can you keep playing with that kind of fire? Why Miami is the real problem. Defense wins first. They've suffocated Ohio State's line and turned the game with a pick 6. Mario Cristobal finally has his bully. This team looks physically comfortable in ugly games. Confidence is sky high. 2 straight you don't belong here wins. You know what? The key matchup that you should be watching is Miami's pass rush versus Ole Miss's protection. If Miami gets home with 4, this is going to be tilting pretty hard towards the Hurricanes. If Ole Miss holds up, Chambliss can torch anyone. Man, what a stud. He's returning back to Ole Miss this year. If he was going into the draft, I think he would be right up there with some of these guys that are projected high picks. He looks real smooth. He looks fun to watch. Now, the coaching and narrative pressure. Ole Miss, they're playing free after chaos. Every win feels stolen. That's what happens when you're playing with house money. Your coach just left to go fuck the LSU sorority girl. Sorry, Matthew. Miami, the U is back checkpoint. Lose here, it's still a great story. Win, and now, like I said, KK, it's a movement. KK wants me desperately to unveil my allegiance, but it's a movement. Now, all right, fellas, the questions I have here. What matters more right now, elite quarterback play or elite pass rush?
I think it's the defenses and the pass rush, but for the quarterbacks, at this point you just got to play clean, no turnovers.
Yeah,
but what
smart quarterback play?
But I'll put it this way: which one would you rather go into a semifinal game with? Would you rather have an elite quarterback or would you rather have an elite pass rush?
I don't want the defense. I want that pass rush.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
That's what I agree with too, because I feel like you can grind away points. You can claw your way to an ugly field goal. You can claw your way to running the ball and like finding your way, trucking it down, breaking them down. But if you cannot defend, as I learned as being a Cowboys fan this year, it's tough because you never start with valuable field position or favorable field position. You're always starting at your 20. You're always starting at your 30. So I would agree with you guys. I think pass rush here.
Well, because if you get that pass rush going, that's when you start forcing quarterbacks to make mistakes.
And now following up on that so that obviously, favors Miami, the pass rush statement. That's obviously a Hurricane specialty, their defense. A lot of things have been made out about the coaching stability. Oh, you know what? Their head coach left. Their other coaches might leave or whatever's going on in the world of Ole Miss right now. Now, my question is, does coaching stability matter once the ball is snapped?
I think so, especially when it comes to the game plan. You build a chemistry with your players and the staff and the assistants. And that's the big thing, because I think for this game, I think Lane Kiffin, other than Charlie Weiss, I think he told all his assistants, you're not coaching this game, because they were coaching the last game. But I think Lane Kiffin expected Georgia to win, and that's why he said, okay, you can go coach this because it's going to be over for you guys anyways. Haha. Fuck you, Lane Kiffin. We won. But now I think he's told them that they can't coach this game. So,
but if you're a coach there, any type of coach there right now, are you listening to Lane Kiffin right now? I personally
depends on what you're.
I personally,
it depends though, because you've already said, like, because when Lane Kiffin went to LSU, he told everyone, you get on the fucking plane or you don't have a fucking job.
Yeah.
And everyone got on the plane. He had a fucking shitty PR. He said, okay, fuck it, you can go back and coach. And then,
But if I'm a coordinator right now on Ole Miss, is it really fucking? I don't understand the hype.
do you want a fucking job at LSU or do you want a fucking job at Ole Miss?
But I'm one win away from going into the national championship game.
Do you want a job at LSU? Get
But
on the fucking plane.
But I don't think get the job at What's the goal here? The goal is to win.
But you're not.
I
You're
think
not employed.
I think Ole Miss is closer to, even next year. You can quote me on this.
Then you fucking tell Lane Kiffin that fuck you. I'm not taking the job.
well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what it is. But if you want the job,
but that's
you're
what
fucking.
But I'm talking about myself. I don't know what these guys are selling out for. Fucking Lane Kiffin they're probably selling out for the fucking hand me downs of the sorority girls from Lane Kiffin. But my thing is like, if I'm the coordinator right now, if I'm the coach right now at Ole Miss, I'm staying at fucking Ole Miss. Ole Miss is closer to a national championship than fucking LSU is. They're going to be closer next year. Their running back and their quarterback's coming back. I don't understand I'm sorry. I might be new here, and obviously LSU is very prestigious in whatever these circles are. But why can't you're Indiana right now? You win 3 national championships. Let's say you went 3 in a row, or you win 3 out of 4. Or you're Ole Miss, you win 4 out of 5. You're 3 out of 4. Whatever. We're hypothetically game planning this thing. Why can't you be bigger than LSU?
Because it's LSU.
But why can't you be bigger?
Ole Miss will never be bigger than LSU.
But why can't it be? Is it because it's never won at the same level? Like, why is LSU so big?
Because it's Louisiana, and if you know football,
No, but why is
Louisiana is literally the only football college university in the state of Louisiana.
No, I understand the demographic of it being the only one there. But if it is just eating shit all the time and you have an actual winner, then why can't the actual winner be a bigger program?
Because you want to turn LSU, you want to be the guy that turns LSU back into what it was.
But don't you want to be the guy that turns Ole Miss into a powerhouse?
That's what Lane Kiffin was. And clearly that wasn't good enough.
Well, but that's for Lane Kiffin, though. Lane Kiffin.
But
money, of course, money is a huge factor.
Money is a huge factor.
Well, yeah, no, 100%. I agree. But like, I'm talking about like you're on college football 26 on EA Sports. You're turning on the video game. All right. You're playing dynasty mode. You're playing with
North Texas.
Let's say you're playing with, I was actually playing with North Texas, actually. But let's say you're playing with Auburn, right? Now, will you, as the coach of Auburn, go and try to make Auburn bigger than Alabama?
It would never happen.
But would you try to?
Oh, fuck yeah.
That would be your goal, right?
Oh, yeah.
Your goal would be like, fuck Alabama. That's why I'm like, I don't understand these Ole Miss cats going, well, I guess, all right, bye team in the semifinals. We're just going to go hippity hop over to LSU. Fuck LSU.
They're following their boss.
But fuck your boss. You are your own boss now. You're better than your boss. Your boss left. That's what I don't understand. I don't get it. Yeah, I get, the prestige of LSU. I understand. It's very prestigious. Fucking phenomenal. Great. Congratulations. You have a tiger. But like, why would you're one win away from going to the national championship? When was the last time Ole Miss was in the national championship?
No idea.
Or I was fucking born. I don't fucking know.
Exactly. You guys, like, that's what I mean. You have something, you're on the mission to do something absolutely fucking nuts. Why would you then be like, you know what? I got to go. What are you going to be at LSU? The coordinator?
Probably still an assistant.
Still an assistant, right? Lane Kiffin ain't letting you coach, so you're still an assistant. But would you rather be the guy who has a statue in Mississippi and everything runs through him and he's probably never has to pay for anything again in the whole state? I get it. Mississippi's poor. Before the people of LSU started attacking me, fuck you. You don't know about fucking politics in the U.S. I get it. Mississippi's not Louisiana. But you have a chance to win over a whole state. And the best thing you can do when you go to LSU is pack your bags when Lane Kiffin gets fired in 3.5 years. And
maybe they want to go live in Louisiana than Mississippi.
You know what? If you
That could be why.
you win a national championship at Ole Miss, I think you can live at a very nice place in Mississippi. Not in the hood, but I think you live a very, very nice place. I think there's nice parts of Mississippi.
We'll have to ask Joel. He's from Mississippi.
Well, yeah, no, but I think this is about like. But what would you guys do if you're the coach? Let's say you're a coordinator. You're the special teams coordinator, Brandon, for Ole Miss right now. Lane Kiffin's calling you. He's like, hey, you better not fucking go coach that fucking game. And Lane Kiffin's obviously drunk. He's had his orgy with his sorority girls. He's obviously in a very tranquil state. He calls you. He's like, you better not go there. You better not play. What are you doing?
You got to play.
I don't know.
You got to play.
Are you gonna really go up to the kids that you've coached this entire time for probably the last 3 years, and right before the semifinal game, be like, sorry kids, gotta go. Lane's calling.
They understand, but at the same time, like, yeah, well,
They don't understand.
They understand. They know the business. They fucking know what's going on. They know what's going on. He's not fucking coaching little tykes.
No,
it's
but
not like
they
fucking dad
okay,
saying,
but
I'm going
like-
up for a fucking pack of smokes and never coming back.
But like they understand in the sense of like where you're going, but they're not gonna be fucking happy about it. They're not gonna be overjoyed. It's the same narrative that these guys, Lane Kiffin was pushing, or like guys were excited to follow me.
I don't think a coach would do that.
Well, why hasn't he been able to recruit anyone? Why is everyone leaving LSU and nobody's going in?
Because he's probably told them that we're bringing in other people and
Yeah,
you're not going to be a starter anymore.
But I don't see him bringing in anybody. I know people. We'll talk about transfer portal probably in the next episode. But my point is like, how do you do that? You're 1 win away. Is it worth it? Like, I'm sure the special teams coordinator job at LSU, comes with this nice perks. But like, is it worth it? What would you do? You're an LSU fan, Matthew. What would you do? Let's say the roles were reversed. Let's say it was LSU was in the national semifinals. Oh, what do we?
It's gonna be tough because LSU is one of the most
big, yeah.
You got to coach the game because at the end of the
programs
day,
to coach.
No, if I was
Okay, sorry.
An old-
Let's just say I'll put it this way. Let's say it's the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs are in the semifinals. Cool.
I could just say as an Ole Miss
There you go.
like coordinator, like I'd still coach out the full
have to
season.
coach.
Yeah, I
Then you're
think
not
so.
fucking going to LSU.
I think
in the
that's-
long
why
run,
not?
it's going to
Like-
affect your
like,
resume.
That's what
right?
Lane Kiffin
That's
has
what he
fucking
said.
said.
That's what he said. He
he's
said you
saying-
either.
He's told them all, you're done.
He's like, you either come with me now, or there's no spot for you after you're done.
And the only reason they're coaching now is because everyone gave him shit.
And the only reason he thought that this would be a great idea, he galaxy brained it because like, no way they're beating fucking Georgia.
That's exactly it.
And he's like, no
And
way.
now
they're
he's
gonna,
fucked them.
and they're
I
like, no
don't-
way they're gonna beat Georgia. And then now they beat him, and now he's like, oh fuck.
Look, I don't know what the dollar amount that these coaches are getting paid. Like if they're getting paid a fuck ton of money at LSU.
I don't think it's
Then,
that
yeah,
much. I don't think
maybe
it's
I
that
would.
much of a difference between.
But if it's very similar amount, I would just say,
But, like, what about
I'm staying at Ole Miss.
But what? Well, regardless of the dollar, what if the legacy of potentially making a national?
What's your legacy as an assistant? No one fucking knows your name.
But what's
In
your
the long
legacy going to LSU as an assistant?
You're gonna get more. It's more prestigious than Ole Miss.
But you're a special teams coordinator at LSU. You're a special teams coordinator at Ole Miss.
I'm taking LSU.
It's still
100
LSU.
But
100 out of 100
but
times.
LSU, you never made it. Let's say
I'm still taking the LSU job 100 out of 100 times.
That's crazy because you
But
could
throwing
make,
a game and go to LSU,
you're throwing not just a game, the semifinals.
but what's your plan in the long run?
Yeah,
just
I
to
don't-
be an LSU assistant coach.
Because even if you make
Because
it,
when Lane
gets fired,
gets fired, you're gone.
You're gone. You might be gone sooner than that.
You're probably gone out of college after that.
Yeah, I don't like. It's one thing if Lane Kiffin was built like Lane Kiffin was one like thing away from going into the national championship. LSU has tons of holes thanks to your Brian Kelly debacle that happened there. They've got tons of space to fill out. They don't know what they're going to get with Lane Kiffin. That's a 5 to 6 year project. Do they have the patience for a 5 to 6 year project? I don't know. We'll see. You're on the doorstep of the national championship. I think if it was me, we'll put a little bow on this whole thing. This really got away from us. If it was me, and I'm on the doorstep of a national championship game, I want my name associated with the team that's closest to winning a national championship, which is the highest honor in college football. Correct? Are we
Yep.
correct with that?
Yep.
Highest honor, no matter what. There's no higher trophy than the national championship. That's where I want my name closest to. I know that I may not make as much money by turning down the LSU job. Lane Kiffin may call every single coach, never give me a great reference for the rest of my life. And that's what I think a lot is going to happen is I don't think these coaches are going to go. I know they're in talks and there's discussions and like, oh, so-and-so's might be. I don't think any of them are going to go. You're on the doorsteps of a national championship. You win that. And listen, the field's not that. I get it. Indiana's on the other side. Oregon's on the other side. You still got to get through Miami. It's doable for Ole Miss. It's not like it's, they beat the big dog in Georgia. Everything's doable now. So I don't know. For me, I wouldn't go towards, I wouldn't go the LSU route for this one. I would stick it out at Ole Miss and see what's going on until the end. And if Lane Kiffin really wants me that badly, he can call me after. Anyways. All right, fellas. I think we're on to the next game.
Let's go.
That really got away from us.
That did.
Indiana versus Oregon. Friday, January 9th. 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Indiana's favored after winning 30-20 against Oregon in October. Indiana's 14-0, the number one seed, and just embarrassed Alabama 38-3 in the Rose Bowl. Oregon has not lost since October, which was against Indiana, and just pitched a 23-0 shutout of Texas Tech. It's a rematch where Indiana already proved it can win in Eugene, which flips the usual semifinal psychology. This isn't Cinderella anymore, fellas. It's a test of legitimacy versus revenge. Why this game is uncomfortable for Oregon. Indiana's defense travels. It turned Dante Moore over twice in the first meeting and bullied Alabama in the trenches. Fernando Mendoza doesn't blink. He's won big games on the road and just delivered a clinic on a national stage. The bye curse that Brandon alluded to is broken. Indiana is the only top 4 seed in the 12-team era to win a quarterfinal, and they looked ready immediately. Why Oregon is a real problem. So their defense is peaking at the right time. Texas Tech couldn't breathe. Turnovers flipped the game. Moore is better than he was in October. That loss was his third Big Ten start. He's a different QB now. We've got explosive play calling. Oregon's leading the nation in 20-plus yard plays. If they hit him early, this flips fast. You got your QB spotlight with Fernando Mendoza versus Dante Moore. Mendoza has been hyper efficient, ruthless in big moments. He doesn't need volume, just control the game. Moore is a higher variance, higher ceiling, needs to protect the ball and finishes drives on time. Coaching narrative. You got Indiana with Kurt Signetti. Win this and you've officially redefined the sports hierarchy. Oregon, Dan Lanning, this is the response moment. Lose again and the can't clear the last hurdle whisper starts. Fellas, is Indiana inevitable? Can they be stopped?
I think so. And a big reason why I think so is just like I said with Alabama, if you can't run the ball against Indiana, if they force you to make mistakes, if they're forcing you to be a one-dimensional team. And with Oregon, where is it? Jordan Davison's out. They've got a couple guys that hit the transfer portal. They're out. They're down to 2. They've got a third, but he's also in the transfer port. Said he's transferring. He's available, but he's transferring. So how much time how many touches are you going to give him? Like Noah Whittington he's got to get going, because if he doesn't, then Oregon's in the same spot that Alabama is. If you have no run game against Indiana, like I don't know how many times it needs to be said, Indiana is just a fucking wagon. Like they're a fucking train. Like I don't see it. I think Indiana is inevitable. Everyone's been coming up with reasons why Indiana's going to lose. Everyone's been trying to throw shade at Indiana. It's time to just recognize Indiana is for fucking real. Just fucking accept it. And Indiana, I think, is just going to roll again.
Now, if they lose this game, you might have a curse. We might have to name it the Brandon curse, because I've never seen you speak so much conviction of a team before.
It's hard because like we're going through discussions and you talk to everyone about Indiana and Alabama, and it's like talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
No,
Even
good.
when you fucking lose, you still talk about the Cowboys. Indiana just fucking steamrolled Alabama. And you change the channel, and all it is people talking about what happened to Alabama. What's wrong with Alabama? What went wrong with Alabama? Is Alabama coming back? Is Alabama done? Just shut the fuck up about Alabama and talk about what Indiana is doing. This, again, 2 years ago, if you'd said any of this, it's just give Indiana their fucking flowers. They fucking deserve it. Matthew, give them some fucking flowers.
Go
Send
ahead,
them
Matthew.
flowers.
Yeah, I will. Indiana has been great.
That's the beautiful. Just put him on the spot. Poor guy
No,
sniffling.
we're
poor
talking
guy,
about flowers. and
poor
everyone
guy
wants
sniffling for his life
flowers.
right now.
No, just it's time. Just accept it.
Indiana's great, but can Oregon create turnovers? To win
Well,
this
that's
game?
like
You
That
gotta-
defense.
you gotta-
You're
you
gonna
know
have
what?
elite defense.
You know what? This might be for the number one quarterback drafted.
yeah, I was gonna say that too.
This you might see.
could be, yeah.
This might make Dante Moore fucking stay in school the next year. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
if Indiana fucking steamrolls Oregon, Dante Moore's gonna be like, yeah, I should
Buddy,
probably stay in school another year.
If you see a quarterback chucking up picks at will, that's a guy that doesn't want to go to the Raiders. So
Yeah.
or the Jets.
or the Jets. Yep, you're right.
Where would you rather go, Raiders or Jets?
Yeah,
I'm
actually,
going out of those two, fucking Raiders all day.
Give me
I go
Raiders.
to the Raiders.
I would
don't-
never want to go to the fucking Jets. A quarterback at number 2? No fucking thank you.
They're actually both teams that have like some offensive weapons. Actually, you think about it, like the Jets got.
But the Jets are still the Jets.
Well, you rather go to Vegas. Vegas is just nice.
Look at that kid fucking that interview. Like,
but they also
Jets
have players.
fan, man.
Yeah, but the Raiders also have like players, right? They got a run game and
Well, you
tight
have
end.
that with New York. You got Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall. Aaron Glenn's about to get fired. It's gonna be nice next year. This time we're gonna be talking about Aaron Glenn getting canned and Aaron Rodgers winning a Super Bowl.
So there you go again. You're a rookie. You just get drafted after your first year. Coach is fired. You're on to another coach, and it's just the Jets just going over and over again. But
we were doing what Brandon said. Sorry, Indiana's flowers. Go ahead, Matthew.
Yeah.
Fuck. Indiana's just got the curse. You know, nobody wants to talk about that. We start talking about it. Go ahead, Matthew.
Podcast
Talk-
with ADHD.
Yeah, talk
I'm
to
just
the
kidding.
talk to the folks of Indiana. Give it to them.
No, man, Indiana, you're right. They do deserve their flowers, but you got to give the flowers also to this defense. You know, like you said before, we're stopping their run game, Alabama, like 23 yards last game. It was insane. Like, and, you know, not a lot of credit's given to their offensive line, too. Their run game, that game against Alabama, the offensive line was doing great. I think one of their linemen actually won player of the game they gave to him. So that's really good, too. Indiana is an insanely good team on third down as well. So I think that's going to be a key to this one. It's going to be a great QB matchup, right? Dante Moore and Fernando Mendoza. So I really like Indiana, though. Like, I think the college football world needs Indiana versus Miami. I would love to see that.
That'd be nice.
It would be really cool.
That would be good. That'd be good. No shade at Oregon, of course. I you know what? Oregon would be nice, I guess, to go to the national championship too. Is okay, I guess. It's fine, we'll accept it. But you know what? I've read a lot about Fernando Mendoza's story. I'm a sucker for a soft story. I think with him and his mom and everything they've gone through with the struggles his mom has had with MS and all that stuff. I think I'm rooting for Fernando Mendoza, not just for this game, but in his professional career as well. Hopefully he becomes a good professional quarterback. Now, fellas, give me your picks. Go ahead. Ole Miss versus Miami.
I got Miami.
Miami.
Yeah, I'm going Miami.
Miami. Psych. We're going Ole Miss. No, maybe we're going Miami. I don't know, actually. I love them both so equally. I'm going to go Ole Miss for the chaos. No, I can't do my boy Michael like that. Never mind. We're going Miami. We're going Miami. I wish Ole Miss was playing Indiana. I would have cheered for Ole Miss. Now we got Indiana versus Oregon, fellas.
Indiana.
Oregon.
Could you imagine after the speech I just gave? You know what? Fuck, I'm gonna go Oregon.
Oregon. I
Nice
picked
Pat-
Oregon
Pat
to win the whole
McAfee
thing.
mix
So
This is the craziest.
We'll stick with
This
them.
is the crazy part too, though, with the college football playoff is how how it's with the brackets and they don't reseed. Like,
No, they just go
like,
by what
Indiana should be playing.
Ole Miss.
Miami, and Ole Miss. Ole Miss should be playing Oregon.
yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go join you, KK. I'll go Oregon with that one. We'll talk about the transfer portal, fellas, in our next episode. Now let's go into the NFL. All right. glorious NFL playoffs are upon us. The first game, Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, 4:30 Eastern, Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Los Angeles Rams will go up against the Carolina Panthers. The vibe for this game, it makes no sense, which is also why it's dangerous. This matchup is actually the perfect playoff trap. The Rams look like the much better team. Carolina is the exact type of underdog that can turn this game into a coin flip. Carolina is 8-9. And the reason why they're hosting this game, because they won the NFC South. Thank you to the Falcons. People will clown the format, but the Panthers have done this before. They made the playoffs with a losing record and even won a wild card game in that situation historically. The Rams are a massive road favorite, but playoff history says big road favorites don't consistently cover, and wild card underdogs have been profitable against the spread since 2017. Most importantly, this season, week 13, Carolina has already beaten the Rams outright as a big underdog. Now, is this a better team versus a better situation? The Rams have the better roster. They've got the edge at quarterback with Matthew Stafford. The Panthers have the home crowd, the why not us momentum, and they have proof that they can beat them. Which way do you think this angles?
Well, I think because the Carolina already beat them
Yes,
In
Like,
LA?
and we always talk about
in LA.
we always talk about it's hard to beat the same team twice.
Yeah.
Now, especially we're in playoffs now. One, it's a revenge game, and for two, it's going to come down to I think experience. I think Stafford's going to ball out.
Carolina has nothing to lose.
But yeah,
this game.
that's the other thing. Like,
They're
surprised to do
they're
that.
such great game managers, Carolina. They are able to stick into it. Bryce Young has some of the crazy stats in the fourth quarter where he's got like the most comeback victories. They're able to, if they can keep this game dirty, mucky, and close with, I'm talking about 10 points or less throughout the game, 10 points. You keep it with that going into the fourth quarter, 10 points or less, Panthers will win this game. Just because the way the Panthers are framed, they've got that two-headed, weird-ass fucking hybrid running model with Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard. They have a plethora of... They don't have a really good receiver. Ted McMillan is good. He's just not really good yet. But they have these wild spring of like Jalen Coker, Xavier Legette. They have Sanders. They're tight end. Like they've got these weird like... They're almost not good enough to be regulars on an NFL roster, but they will make that one play a game where you're like, wow, that was fucking fantastic. 24 yards, one reception. Great. Good on you. And that's it. If they could do that, Bryce Young cannot make turnovers. This can become a game. Now, I have a theory. You guys want to know what my theory is?
let's hear it.
I think Matthew Stafford gets hurt in this game. I think that happens.
Why would you want to say that?
Now, hold on. I think the Rams, they lose this game mainly because Matthew Stafford gets hurt. They look at themselves in the mirror. They say, what are we missing? What do we need? And they go, we need to do it again. And by God, they go, ring, 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 ring. Hello. Hi. We were interested in trading for your quarterback. Oh, are you? Well, that's going to cost you 2 first-round picks, maybe a little extra. Okay, I think we can do that. We have the top 10 pick this year. Would you be interested in that and maybe another first-round pick? Well, yes, we would. Okay, all right, I guess we can do that. Our quarterback, Matthew Stafford, is getting old, and he is going to retire. Okay, cool. We'll do that trade. Great. Click. Which team did they call?
Well, why would you want to trade? Why would a team want to trade for Matthew Stafford?
They're not trading for Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's, they're like, oh, he's too hurt. We're going to rest him. He's retiring. He's going to mentor. Which team did they call? That scenario.
For QB for 2 first-round picks.
Yes.
And it
Come
was
on.
It was a top
Baltimore?
10.
Come on.
Are we talking
it
Lamar
was-
Jackson?
Bear
Tom
with
Talking
me.
Lamar
No,
Jackson?
no,
Or
not-
Joe Burrow.
He said it was a top 10 team.
You guys can pick one. No. The pick they have is a top 10 pick.
Yeah,
The
that's
Falcons pick. They're going to trade that top 10 pick along with an extra first round pick to this team for their quarterback to replace Matthew Stafford. Who are we?
I don't know.
Come on, fellas. One team, one quarterback.
Joe Burrow, Cincinnati.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
The modern day Matthew Stafford. The trade once again. Maybe throw in an extra first round
If
pick.
you're Cincinnati, you can't,
Now
you can't make that trade.
Now, why not?
Well,
Can't
have you,
trade
have
Joe
you,
Burrow
have you
when
listened
you
to Burrow?
Burrow doesn't want to play there.
doesn't wanna play there,
Burrow
but-
played. Hold on. One
Then what are you
second.
going to do with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase?
1 second. Let me just pull up a clip. Joe Burrow recently.
Fucking draft Ty Simpson.
Burrow recently
That guy
posted.
sucks.
He does.
Yeah, I
Where
saw
is
mock
that
drafts
beautiful
actually
man?
with the Steelers taking him. I'm like, no, fuck no. I'm gonna lose it if they take him. Here, let me just mention while we're quiet here. You mentioned
Oh.
about 10 points.
They wouldn't. They don't have the sound anymore. But it was Kanye West's "Good Life," where he said maybe Atlanta, maybe LA, maybe Miami.
I don't listen to Kanye West.
Well, he okay. Well, Brandon, I'm sorry. The
I
point is
name
not.
like
The
anybody
point
a
is
song?
not your musical preference.
It
The
is. You
point
try to
is-
tell me a fucking song. I don't
he
fucking know.
posted a
To be
picture of
honest,
himself and he
nobody's preference is
specifically
Kanye
picked
West.
the lyrics. He specifically picked the lyrics. You know what? Hold on. Let me read out the lyrics to you since you don't listen to Kanye West. Joe Burrow had this song, Good Life by Kanye West, playing on his latest Instagram post. The lyrics that he handpicked for the post. It feels like Atlanta. It feels like LA. It feel like Miami. It feel like New York. And he posted a picture of himself. Now,
Why would you want to go to Miami or New York?
why not? Miami over Cincinnati? KK? South Beach? Joe Burrow?
Who's he going to play with?
Don't give a fuck.
all those
Yeah, he
teams
don't
are
give a
bad
fuck about who he's
He
going
wants
to
to
play with.
win. I don't think. He wants to
I don't
win.
think. I think he could turn it around in Miami. You give,
Yeah, he could win.
He would look good in a Rams jersey.
but you give Miami Joe Burrow. I think you give him. I think you go. Joe Burrow is fucking uberly talented. But the Rams, you know what? I have a feeling. I have a little hunch. They pull this trade off for Joe Burrow. The next thing you know, you got Joe Burrow, Puka Nacua, having a good old time. And the Rams have a defense. The Bengals do not. The Rams have McVay. The Bengals have Zach Taylor. It could be doable.
So is Matthew Stafford retiring now?
Well, I would say that he got hurt bad enough
Bad
that
enough?
that he would.
You
Yes.
have to hurt him pretty fucking bad. 'Cause like I said, I said it over, man. He's
He is the man that refuses to die. That is
Exactly.
Matthew Stafford, and he is Brandon's favorite. He's part of Brandon's favorite team, the LA Rams, to go to the NFC Championship. So before we do our picks, I know Brandon, you are probably picking the Rams here.
100%.
KK,
Rams.
oh wow, beautiful. Matthew,
Yeah, I got the Rams.
guys, believe a little.
I do believe.
Going Panthers.
I believe in the fucking Rams. I believe in them since the start of the season.
Going. Yeah, you have.
I
You
can't
have.
fucking turn on them now.
Look,
That is true.
Panthers have lost to 5 playoff teams this year, and they've only averaged 10 points.
Hey,
That's it.
you'll eat your words when Bryce Young wins this game with a game-winning field goal, and
They
the
gotta
score
put up
is
points.
the score is 7-3. It's gonna be fucking beautiful.
Holding the Rams to 7 points would be
No, the
or
Rams would have
three
The Rams would
points.
only have 3.
Holding the Rams to 3 points.
The Panthers would
See,
have two.
I can't even say
The
that
Pan-
they're holding the 3
I think
points.
Sean
No.
McVay should be
Un-
fired if they
unheard
only
of.
have 3 points.
No,
Yeah,
the
it's fucking
Panthers.
No more Miller Lite for you this episode.
You guys think the
really.
Panthers score a touchdown? I mean, my scenario, it was 2 safeties and a field goal. That's what I had them as. But yeah, you know what, Bryce Young, I believe in you. It's a freebie. I just wasted a pick. All right, on to the best game of the wild card weekend. The Green Bay Packers going into Chicago. Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, Soldier Field. History, pressure, and a rookie QB stepping into the furnace. All right, fellas.
Is Jordan Love back?
Jordan Love, I believe, is
I think
back.
he's back.
Yes, that is true. Okay. The big picture is this: the Bears versus Packers in playoffs at Soldier Field, prime time. Doesn't get much bigger than that. Chicago's the number 2 seed, hosting its first playoff game in 5 years. Remarkable. Green Bay limps in on a 4-game losing streak. That might be something if we're talking about how teams are doing before they enter the big show. The regular season series was split, with both teams winning at home and both games decided on the final play. This is less about records and what you've done in the past, and I think this is more about the nerve, the moment, and the mistake tolerance. Both teams will make mistakes. It's which team can come back from those mistakes made. And the Caleb Williams moment. So this game, I think we're going to be, are we getting the NBC crew for this game? Because we're going to get a whole lot of, here's a guy, because this game is fundamentally about his first playoff start. He's already shown big game moxie. Threw a late end zone interception to lose one Packers game, then authored a legendary comeback with a 46-yard game-winning touchdown to DJ Moore in overtime. His coaches, Ben Johnson, has talked about this. His teammates have talked about this. Believe he's built for this, not just physically, but mentally. But playoff football is different. Tighter windows, faster punishments, louder consequences. This is the type of game that defines how we talk about Caleb Williams for the next 5 years, win or lose. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Why this game is uncomfortable for Chicago. So the Bears enter the playoffs angry and rattled, coming off an ugly home loss to Detroit. They've allowed too many explosive plays down the stretch. Momentum has stalled, and the Soldier Field tension is real when things go sideways. That's the one thing I've noticed about Bears fans. They're an anxious bunch. You ever look at the camera when they pans to them? They are fucking eating their fingernails, fucking just tense. Like, have you ever met a Bears fan? Just anxiety and just waiting for things to go wrong. That is what the jive I get from Bears fans.
Well, I mean, that's Chicago in general.
Yes. Now, if they start slow in this game, I think that place is getting tightened up. If they go all 3 and out in the early going, they don't make the big splash plays. I think that stadium is not going to be home field advantage for very much longer. Now, why Green Bay is dangerous despite their 4-game losing streak? Green Bay has been here before. Chicago hasn't. Jordan Love has playoff reps, not that many, but he has them. Caleb Williams doesn't. Matt LaFleur is leaning hard into the clean slate mentality, and the Packers are hurt, banged up, inconsistent, but they are free. They're somehow entering this game with no pressure really on them, which is surprising because their big star stud Micah Parsons is hurt. So they're like, you know what? We're playing with house money all of a sudden. So that's one thing to monitor because they feel like, you know what, this season we've already gone as far as we can with this roster this season. Anything above that is just, you know what, house money. Now, the questions I have for you guys. Is this game more about Caleb Williams' rise or the Bears as a team proving they're actually ready?
I think it's the Bears team proving they're actually ready, but I mean, a big part of that comes from Caleb Williams. But I think the big thing with this is they split the season series, both winning at home. This is why home field advantage, especially in the playoffs, matters. Because they both won at home. It's in Chicago. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you said it before. Packers are riding a 4-game losing streak.
Yes.
I mean, you can't really count the last game because no one really played. They didn't give a shit about that.
Jordan Love is banged up.
You look at all the
And he
playoff
is banged
teams right
up.
now, and I'm looking at the Packers, and they're looking really bad. And Chicago is looking really good, and they're a great turnover defense. Now, the Bears' last win in the playoffs was 2010. So you talk about a team trying to get that monkey off their back. This is the game for them against a division opponent. You know how they play because you've seen them before.
I would have loved to see Detroit in instead of the Green Bay Packers.
Oh,
It would have been more entertaining, yeah.
I would have
Me
loved.
too.
I would have. Well,
of course you would.
Well,
Of course you would.
of course you would. But I would have loved to see Detroit in just because I feel like this game. I think Chicago's going to win this game. I don't think Green Bay has the fully healthy roster they need to combat them. And I think Ben Johnson is a fucking genius. I think all the flowers to Ben Johnson. What a coach of the year, absolute fucking terrorizing human being. He's the man, and I think he's gonna get ahead of this thing. In terms of picks, fellas, who do you have?
I'm going with the Bears.
The Bears.
Yeah, I think the only way the Packers can win is if they connect on the deep ball, but I don't think they can. I got the Bears.
Which likely means the Packers will win because we all four of us have picked the Bears. That's usually how this thing works.
Yep.
Moving on, fellas. The Buffalo Bills going into Jacksonville. Sunday, early morning game, Everbank Stadium. So Josh Allen has never won in Jacksonville. Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane are 0-5 in road playoff games. To reach the Super Bowl, Buffalo almost needs certainly 3 straight road playoff wins. Jacksonville is 7-1 at home this season and enters on an 8-game winning streak. The Jaguars are home underdogs based on all those facts. But now this is going to go up against Josh Allen versus Trevor Lawrence. Josh Allen, you got an elite ceiling, turnover, swings games, has playoff scars in this building. Trevor Lawrence, career high, 29 touchdowns this season, has taken hits, 41 sacks. Listen, doesn't need to be spectacular, just clean. Who do you trust more in a type ugly playoff game? The superstar who can lose you the game, or the QB who just needs to not mess up?
I mean, this game, it has to be Josh Allen. He has to. This is it. We've talked about with Buffalo. There's no Lamar. There's no fucking Mahomes. There's no Burrow. Like
all your demons are already dead.
Yeah, like your demons aren't there. You've got to fucking win this game. But you said with Jacksonville, like at home, Jacksonville is fucking unbeatable.
I don't know what they're feeding those people in Jacksonville, Florida. That's some crazy home
And their
field
defense
advantage.
is playing really well.
Yep.
But like with the game, like Jacksonville, I think is a dog. I think it's 1 or 1.5. The only reason that is because they know more money is going to come in on Buffalo, so they're just trying to even out the money. So really, it's a pick'em game. But
So
I'm hoping for a fucking shootout.
So
man.
the fun question. Now this is what I love. I love a little chaos. If the Buffalo Bills lose this game, which fuck you, I hope you do, because I love me some chaos, and the Bills Mafia will absolutely fucking lose their minds. If the Bills lose, now I want each of you to answer this. I want each of you to give me your opinion. Is that a Josh Allen problem, a Sean McDermott problem, or a roster problem? Go ahead. I'll start with KK.
I have to say a little bit of a roster problem and a coach problem. They don't really have still a number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what's haunting Josh Allen. Who's he going to throw the ball to?
Yeah, that's definitely true.
He's going to keep throwing at his fucking tight ends.
And one of them's injured.
Yeah.
Right?
I would agree with you there. I think it's both, like you said, a coaching and a roster problem.
Roster problem.
Yeah, I think that Bills' pass defense isn't great.
But their run defense is great.
Their run defense is great.
But this is a game Buffalo has to win. Otherwise, I think some changes got to be made.
Yeah, probably at head coach.
Well, no
And
way
then their offense.
Harbaugh gets fired and Sean McDermott doesn't get fired if they lose Jacksonville.
Could John
There's
Harbaugh go to Buffalo?
Oh my God.
That would
He
be
could.
fucking wild.
Because he's not taking calls till next week. And I guarantee you, oh my God, if the Bills lose, they're firing Sean McDermott, John Harbaugh going to, oh
You heard it here first.
my God. This is getting clipped. Hear us here, Bills fans. You lose to Jacksonville Jaguars. Some bad missed call plays. Some terrible stuff. Culture needs to be a changing. Ring, 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 ring. I'm doing my phone thing. And ring, ring. Hey, John. It's the Pagulas. Oh, yeah, we're building a new stadium. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Cheers. John, you're free for an interview? I don't know why I'm suddenly dying. I have an old man voice, but you free for an interview? Yes, Terry, I am. Well, why don't you come on down and be the head coach of the Buffalo Bills? My, oh my, I would love to coach Josh Allen. He's a way better quarterback than that bum I had in Baltimore. I'd love to join. Congratulations, John. You are now the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Thank you, Terry. And there it is. We have just written Bills Mafia lore. So, if Josh Allen cannot get this done, when are we going to start calling him overrated? When is that conversation going to start happening? And when are we going to start going into the model of Patrick Mahomes was just a special being with Andy Reid, and you need more than just one crazy quarterback to get it done in the playoffs? Because I think Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid did a thing, and they did a thing really well. And you know what? It worked. And it was phenomenal, and they were able to make the most out of basically nothing. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick did that as well. But that is not sustainable. You see it in Baltimore, KK, you're spot on. There's no number one in Buffalo. There's no number one in Baltimore.
I'm sitting here thinking, if the Bills lose, does Josh Allen pull a Joe Burrow and
Oh,
No.
let's put let's put Josh Allen on the Rams. Let's do that. No.
Josh Allen's not
He's
going
going
fucking nowhere. He's not going
he's
anywhere.
too-
They got to build around
Especially
it.
going into a new stadium. He wants to go into he wants to break that new stadium, and he's not going to want to fucking go anywhere.
Now, I will ask you, since you guys have all witnessed the start of Matthew Stafford's career in Detroit, is that just Josh Allen's career in Buffalo?
That's
Those
actually
are pretty
pretty good.
similar,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was going to say, that's actually pretty
No.
good. Pretty
Yeah.
good
'Cause
comparison.
Buffalo's making the playoffs,
And winning games.
And winning
whereas
games,
Matthew
true.
Stafford wasn't making playoffs.
And then win
Right.
a playoff game.
I guess so.
He was just putting on. He was just being Superman.
he was
though,
just
on his
passing
own.
But
the ball,
Matthew
and that's
Stafford
it.
also had Megatron.
But they still
They
were
retired
making
early.
the playoffs.
Yeah, that's crazy. I guess so. I don't know. I just think about like all Matthew Stafford needed was to be released from the shackles of whatever beasts that were haunting him, and then he made it to LA and it changed. Maybe, you know what? Table that Josh Allen needing a move or change of scenery.
Could
Because
be.
it might not happen right away. Brandon, to your point, they've got a new stadium. They need to sell some jerseys. They need to do this. It might not happen right away. But as he gets older and if things don't change, and Patrick Mahomes ain't going nowhere. He went away. This is what we mean. This is the 1 year you have the chance. No Lamar, no Burrow, nobody to basically get in your way other than the Steelers, right, Matthew?
Yeah.
That was a very confident. Yeah. that was a very confidence.
I just like the pause, the look. Yeah.
Yeah. He's sick, all right. He's not feeling well, but he's still up for it. You know what? I think that Eagles fan poisoned you.
Yeah. Fuck.
I think that's what happened.
He probably did.
This guy went to a bar
Yeah.
and an Eagles fan tried to steal his Pittsburgh Steelers jacket. Even in the Great
true.
White North, those
he did.
fucking Eagles fans, they don't stop. Fucking bums.
They're
All right.
everywhere.
All right, fellas. Pick time. Jack-
Buffalo.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. If the Bills were at home, I'd go with the Bills, but I'm going with the Jaguars. I think there's going to be an upset.
I think this is going to be a shootout. I'm also going to go Jaguars.
Yeah. Bills, a crazy stat, but Bills have not won a road playoff game since 1992.
Well,
So I got the Jaguars.
what a humble flex that a man did his research. What a just a subtle flex. He's like, by the way, the Bills have not won a road game.
By the way, those terrible towel stealing motherfuckers, they're trash.
I think the wins they were getting in 92 were the going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and
then
then what they do.
losing
They
every
lost.
fucking year.
Losing every
And they
year.
lost every year.
All right, fellas. Now we got the game that I don't want to talk about. The 49ers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, fellas. So the 49ers are hurt. They're fucking depleted left, right, and center. Their linebackers are just absolutely dead. They've allowed 290 rushing yards in 2 games, and they welcome Saquon Barkley into the fold here. They're coming off a game where the Seattle Seahawks held the ball for nearly 38 minutes. Brock Purdy was under pressure on nearly half of his dropbacks without heavy blitzing, by the way. Philadelphia's strengths, unfortunately, align perfectly with San Francisco's weakness right now, which is the run game and interior pressure. Now, my New Year's resolution is to provide great content for our listeners. However, whoever team they may cheer for, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win this game. I cannot do that in great consciousness. So what I'm going to tell you is the run game will decide everything. That is what I will say, because Jalen Hurts is a fraudulent quarterback. He is not a quarterback. He is a running back playing quarterback. Brock Purdy, for all of his great will nature, is a game manager. Let's leave those two out of this equation. In my opinion, this will come down to the king of the run game in the NFL. Is it Christian McCaffrey on the 49ers? Is it Saquon Barkley on the Eagles? That is what this game is going to be all about. I believe that the 49ers are the better team. And I'm not saying that as a Cowboys fan, but nothing about the Eagles this year. They have not had one victory where I'm like, wow, that was commanding. Wow, they look dangerous. Oh my God, look at them go. From the very first game down to the last one where they rested all their players. I've not been inspired by the Eagles. Nothing about the Eagles has drawn me to be like, I'm scared. So having said that, my question, does Purdy need to be great or just mistake-free?
The biggest thing is mistake-free. But I 100% agree with you. It's going to come down to Christian McCaffrey versus Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the biggest thing is with San Francisco is it's crazy how narratives change. Going into the game against Seattle, everyone was talking about, I mean, I said it, that they were the best team in the NFC. All they needed to do was beat Seattle, and then the Super Bowl runs through San Francisco. They'd be home every game, and then the Super Bowl's in San Francisco. They lose. Now all of a sudden they're a dog on the road, and I'm just like I was in my research like going down. There's a lot of people that think the Eagles are gonna win, so it's just crazy how the narrative changed from San Fran. All you need to do is beat Seattle, and they're the favorites because they're gonna be at home, and then everything runs through San Francisco. To all of a sudden they're like a 4-point underdog in the wild card weekend.
Yeah, I don't get that. And I feel like
they're on the road.
But people also forget this is the same Eagles team that was beating each other up. They had like A.J. Brown losing his mind on the sidelines.
All it needs to happen is, the first drive, San Francisco, big bomb, fucking explosive play. The Boo Birds come out right away.
Yeah.
But isn't Kevin Patullo the offensive coordinator for the Eagles?
Yeah, he is.
Wasn't that guy's house getting egged by Eagles fans?
Yeah.
So why are we suddenly being like, oh my God, this offense is going to turn it around? They lost to the Cowboys. They were up by 21. They lost to that defense. I don't understand where this logic comes from. Give me the 49ers. I don't. Just give me the 49ers. Unfortunately, as a Cowboys fan, it's a very tough game to cheer for. You hate the both, but I want the 49ers to win. They get their asses kicked. I'm going 49ers.
I'm going 49ers.
49ers.
I can't ever fucking cheer for the Eagles.
Yeah, but beautiful thing here. Beautiful thing. Beautiful podcast. Beautiful thing. Once again, if you're looking for some Red Zone Blitz, we're going to have some very anti-Philadelphia Eagles merch coming out soon. We're working on the designs. It's going to be very provocative, and it's going to piss off all the Eagles fans out there. I might have Kevin Patullo's face as one of the t-shirt designs with a big egg on his face. We're on redzoneblitzpodcast.com. That is our official website. Go buy your merch. We are available worldwide. We'll come up with some discount codes soon. Brandon loves to feed you guys with some discount codes, but it's free shipping over orders of $89, I believe. But we're available all around the world where you can get things shipped. RedZoneBlitzPodcast.com. Go order some merch. Support your favorite degenerates. There's also places for you if you don't want to buy some merch. You want to donate some money to the podcast, some money to the Miller Lite Fund, maybe to our travel fund. We are going to Pittsburgh after all. We got to buy those. We got to buy those sandwiches, those sandwich, whatever they're fucking called down in Pittsburgh. Hit the donate button. You can donate to us. Remember, we can only go as far as you take us. So please support us on this journey. Anyways, moving on. Chargers versus Patriots, fellas. What do we want to talk about? Mike Vrabel, how he was about to become the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, and then they picked Harbaugh over him. Patriots went from last place to the number 2 seed in one season. Vrabel has built a team that wins with discipline, efficiency, and physicality. Their offense doesn't rely on one receiver. It actually stresses more defense. It stresses defenses out horizontally and vertically. Drake May has been elite against zone coverage, which matters against the Chargers scheme. And the Patriots are comfortable winning close, ugly games. They've got 9 wins by 1 score or less. Chargers play a heavy zone with disguise. May has crushed cover 3 in quarter looks. If New England wins early downs through the air, the whole game will tilt. How the Chargers still have a path. Their defense is top tier against the pass. Their secondary is mostly healthy with Dante Jackson expected back. Derwin James is the ultimate chaos piece. Blitzes, robber looks, run support. If LA keeps this within 1 score going into the fourth quarter, Herbert becomes the most dangerous player on the field. Now, we talked about it. Justin Herbert versus Drake May. Justin Herbert, MVP level talent, elite toughness and playmaking under pressure. Protection and health are constant concerns at all times, 24/7. Can win the game by himself. I've seen him do it. He can do it by himself. Drake May, he's playing loose, confident, efficient football, thrives against zone defenses, doesn't need to be spectacular, just decisive, supported by structured coaching and a game script. Now, do you trust a QB who can win it alone, like Justin Herbert, or a QB who just needs to not screw up? We talked about this before as well.
Yeah, I think this game's going to be, I don't know, like New England, like not taking away from the story of New England, you know, going from, 4-13 last year to they flipped it. So it's like 13.
They just hated OJ Mayo.
But they also benefited from playing a weaker schedule.
I like it.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
They did have a bit of a weak schedule.
I'm really trying, like,
You're gonna get
I think Chargers are going to win.
you're gonna get an angry man from Boston just fucking calling and go, what do you fucking mean here?
Like, no, like New England's story is great. Vrabel's going to be coach of the year.
He doesn't deserve it anymore. Not after what you just said.
Yeah.
No, it's still not
fuck
like
you.
no.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck off. Fucking Canadians
Take
out
you-
here.
Take
Fucking,
you down to the fucking harbor.
yeah, fuck off.
Oh fuck, whatever. Well, not no. Just give me the fucking Chargers.
Also,
No, go ahead. Continue.
no,
Cut 'em off.
please, sorry, please go ahead, please. Can you do it in a Boston accent?
No, I can't.
You
I'm
have to start
I'm
practicing.
fucking
You have to do
terrible.
you have to do a stand-up routine. You got to practice.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
didn't
you
even
do.
stand up in fucking Boston.
It doesn't have to be in a Boston accent, but I feel like
I'm
that'd be-
terrible at accents.
I feel like it'd be
Like,
really
just-
funny.
I do fucking
Wait,
accents.
just take out like half
No.
your brain.
Yeah.
And then
I don't have half a brain.
Well, yeah. Now you're just acting him to act like an
Now
Eagles
you
fan.
want me to take out half of what's not there, man.
Now you're just we
Look,
don't need him to turn into
it's
an
fucking
Eagles
hollow,
fan.
man. There ain't no one home.
He's not banging on the mic. He was banging on his head.
There's no one home.
Or the table.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the dancers.
Well,
Don't run away.
That bitch just didn't know what's up.
KK, who do you trust more? Herbert and chaos or May and structure? I
May and structure.
always love when KK answers a question. He always stares into the abyss. It's always a deep thought with KK. It's like, Why do you trust May more?
More structure, better coaching, better game planning.
Oh, damn. He's taking shots at Harbaugh in there, too. Okay. All right. And he's also a guy who had Lad McConkey on his fantasy football team.
I also had Drake May.
And he also had Drake May. And one of them performed, the
I'm
other
just
didn't.
looking like we talked about Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar. Forgotten QB is Justin Herbert in that division, is it?
Yeah, I guess so. He is kind
Like,
of
is this his time to shine?
he kind of flies under the radar. I guess you're right.
I think there's a lot of pressure on Justin Herbert now.
Yeah. Oh,
That's a
100%.
playoff game.
100%. Matthew, which coach has the bigger edge in the game? Vrabel's control or Harbaugh's aggression?
Probably Vrabel's control. Like, he was able to do it in Tennessee with the Titans.
And being at home helps.
Being at home definitely helps. I think with, like, Justin Herbert's going to have a real problem because he can't be asked to do it all by himself.
Yeah.
Like, that's the issue with the Chargers. Right, they're so banged up. Like you see the last previous games that Herbert had, he had to do it himself half the time. He was getting tackled, throwing touchdowns, being almost sacked and being able to get rid of the ball. Like, you can't ask a QB to do all that shit. So the Patriots are just more complete. That's what I see.
Well, and that's the thing is you got to protect Justin Herbert because over the past 2 seasons, no one has been sacked even close to what he's been sacked. Like the amount of hits he has taken compared to any other quarterback is.
What was his girlfriend?
Madison Beer.
Madison. Can you go in there in that room if you want Justin Herbert walking around in your life to go talk to the coach and get some protection here? But you look at the opposite side. Drake May also wasn't getting a lot of protection last year. They got that big boy, Will Campbell, man. He is a big heifer. He does not move. And he is doing a great job protecting Drake May. Who do you guys have? What do you guys have in this one? I've got the Patriots.
I'm going Chargers.
I would love the Chargers would win, but I think it's going to be New England.
Well.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Matthew on this one. Patriots.
All right. Brandon's lone wolf riding with the Chargers here. All right, on to Matthew's favoritely scheduled programming.
Prime time, baby.
Monday night, Houston going into Pittsburgh. Okay, so Houston's defense, we've talked about it many times on this podcast, has been phenomenal. Now, Pittsburgh's defense can also turn this into a prison yard game. TJ Watt, Hayward, that front can wreck a clean game plan pretty fast. If Houston's O-line is compromised, I think that just lets CJ Stroud cook plan that, Houston likes to run goes into a please don't get him killed plan. I think this is a low total game. I think it's not going to be a lot of points, which means every punt, miss kick, and red zone stall will feel like a turnover. But
Yep, I agree.
I might have just jinxed this. This might be a shootout now. Who knows? Now, before we go into everything else, I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers will win this game. And I think they will win it on the backs of greatness. I love great players. I love phenomenal legends. I love people that, have a chip on their shoulder. I love people that, have been disrespected in, one place. They go out there, they represent themselves, they get their get back, they shine. Success, there's no revenge like success. How you doing, Jets fans? How you doing, Aaron Glenn? You flew the guy down. Okay, Brandon is doing some self.
No, man, my fucking neck
He's
just
just-
popped, dude.
Yes, he's doing some self acupuncture on himself. Yep.
That one fucking hurt.
Okay. Maybe some ayahuasca for you. You know what? You flew him down. You flew him down all the way down to New York from Southern California. Just to tell him, we're moving in a different direction. We don't want you anymore. And look at him now. Aaron Rodgers. And I told you, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, this way early in the season, build that man's statue. Build that man's statue. That man, he's greatness. He is absolutely phenomenal. He is not enough words. He got Mike McCarthy a Super Bowl. Put that guy in the Hall of Fame right now. You don't need 2020's version of Rodgers. 2 or 3 third down lasers and 1 late touchdown drive, baby. Pittsburgh, you got it. Now, Jalen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell, they gotta move their feet. They gotta keep that run game going. Chris Boswell, you're probably gonna be leaned on to make a long field goal here. There's gonna be wind. They've probably got a priest blessing the end zone like they did last game. Probably got some wild shenanigans going on. But the biggest reason why I think that this game will be won is you have a motivated Aaron Rodgers and you have a motivated DK Metcalf and you have a motivated Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin just watched what happened in Baltimore with Harbaugh getting fired. And I know that, you know what, that's probably not ideal for Mike Tomlin because he's probably like, fuck, if I lose this game, I'm probably can too. But you put in all those motivated factors and it would be one thing if Houston's offense was some sort of groundbreaking offense. Their offense is not there. It's not a groundbreaking offense. Their defense is really great, but so is Pittsburgh's. I think Pittsburgh's defense is great too. So I'm going to go with Pittsburgh on this one, fellas. My real question for you guys, if the Steelers win, what's the story? Is it Rodgers clutch, Tomlin magic, or the Texans offensive collapse?
Well, this game is going to be a defensive game.
Yes.
I mean, both teams played more on the defensive side. The big thing for me in this game is this is the best thing about football. That's unique weather. You've got an indoor stadium team going into Pittsburgh, cold weather team.
Tough
You've got the
stadium to
element.
play in.
It's for one, it's a tough stadium.
Yeah.
That depends on the condition of the field. I mean, it's probably good, but it's been, who knows? It's gonna be freezing. It's gonna be 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which is basically 0 degrees. I think, -1 maybe.
Yeah.
For Celsius. I think that gives a huge advantage to Pittsburgh. It's just the weather and the elements. And Aaron Rodgers. He obviously playing at Green Bay as well.
Yeah.
I think weather outdoors is going to be the biggest factor, but it's going to be a defensive game, and I think it's going to be similar to the game against the Ravens. It's going to come down to a field goal kick, probably pretty close to ending the game again. With the way the defenses play, obviously Houston's kicker, Fairburn, right? Fairburns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fairburn, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to come down to a field goal. And I would not be surprised if it's basically the same ending on, it's going to be Houston
Miss
going
field goal?
down, and it's going to be a field goal attempt, and I think he could miss.
Well. Should we send Matthew down?
Pittsburgh winning games on missed field goals.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Should we? Any guesses on what those ticket prices might be?
I've been so fucking wrong, so I'm not even going to guess.
Let's see. That's
400.
400 US
Like
for one.
cheapest ticket.
All right, let's say we were sending Matthew from Seattle to Pittsburgh. How much do you guys think the flight is from Sunday to Tuesday? From Seattle to Pittsburgh.
The round trip, let's just say what it is for us, is say $300.
200.
573.
Oh, wow.
And the cheapest ticket is 157. That's nothing.
It should be. It should be.
That's
the
why
opposite.
That's why I'm not even going to guess. I'm still wrong on ticket prices.
157 for
American.
American. That's nothing.
So, yeah.
And 573 for a flight.
For a flight, yeah. The flight is what gets you, but I'm sure if you wiggle...
I'm glad we booked when we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is they're pretty strategic because like the next week the flight is like $236.
Yeah.
But 573 Canadian. So you're looking at about $800, which is something. But if we say you just on Monday, then that would be something. We could just send you on standby. And you would just go. So if Pittsburgh
He
makes,
stands at the airport watching the game.
no one misses a flight. So Matthew, how was it? It goes great. I watched a PF Chang's. All right.
Great restaurant.
Yeah, it's only the finest. I'm gonna go Steelers here, fellas.
Steelers.
I already said Steelers.
Hey, you guys are learning. Yeah,
Or
of
we're
course,
all just
Steelers,
jinxing
man.
you.
No, you
Yeah,
better
maybe
not.
it's just the reverse jinx.
Or we're all going to Pittsburgh, so we have to pick the Steelers.
Yeah,
I
I'll-
was gonna say I think you guys are right on everything you said. Like the run game has to be there. Rodgers can win in the clutch. The only thing is the Steelers need to defend the long ball. That's it. Because we were watching that game against Baltimore, and they just gave up way too many big
Big chunk plays.
downfield. So if they can defend that, they'll be fine. But yeah, Pittsburgh all the way through and through.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we move on to our next segment, the lovely NFL coaching carousel and who's been fired and who's getting out of here, we have a jersey giveaway to do. We were slated to give away a Caleb Williams jersey. 539 of you entered that contest. Thank you to each and every one of you. We have a winner. His name is Eric Rodriguez. Goes by the handle ET Rodriguez _. So we'll be reaching out to you, Eric. Thank you for entering the contest. Thank you for following us. We'll get in touch with you, figure out your sizing and all that stuff and where to ship your jersey. And yeah, congratulations. We'll be doing more contests like this soon. Brandon loves giving away stuff. It's his favorite thing in the world. He loves the contest aspect of it. So we'll definitely
Absolutely.
we'll be doing some more contests. We'll maybe do some college contests as well. We'll also be doing some merch giveaways, all that lovely stuff to come. So shout out to you guys, all of you guys that entered the contest. Thank you once again. If you aren't following us, right now is a great time to follow us. Red Zone Blitz Pod, Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. We're everywhere. So congratulations again to Eric Rodriguez. We will be sending you your jersey through the DMs there, brother. So stay tuned for our message. Now, fellas, moving on. NFL coaching carousel. Baltimore. I had to add this on. This is very recent. Baltimore fired their coach. Fired John Harbaugh after an 8-9 season.
That just, it's
Any
still
thoughts?
like, that's crazy.
That's a, yeah.
Are you surprised?
Yes and no. I'm surprised that they did it that quick.
They didn't wait
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, they didn't wait very long. Yeah.
They just went about their business and did it. Now, right now, their interview requests have been Anthony Weaver, the Dolphins defensive coordinator, and Clint Kubiak, the Seahawks offensive coordinator.
I think a lot of people are after Kubiak.
Yeah,
Is there
are.
anybody in particular that you envisioned as the Ravens head coach?
I think Kubiak would be a good fit.
I think so. I think when I think about the Ravens, I think of a defense first identity. Like they've always
100%.
they've always been a team that plays really well defensively, and then the offensive side comes
Yeah.
along. So I would say someone with a defensive background versus somebody that's very offensive minded. But the league is moving more and more towards a younger coach demographic, where younger coaches are getting more shots, and you're seeing the league get younger and younger. A name to keep an eye on, of course, is Bill Belichick. Just with his relationship with that front office, he is being a defensive side coach. His debacle in North Carolina right now, that would be a coach to keep an eye on. Big Bill going to Baltimore. The next one is Arizona. So they fired Jonathan Gannon after a 3-14 season. Obviously, they have that uncertainty around Kyler Murray. I'm not sure if he's going to be back. The rumors right now are saying that he will be starting quarterback for the new head coach. I don't know why. Their interview requests. They've requested interviews for Matt Nagy, Vance Joseph, Raheem Morris, Clint Kubiak again, Anthony Weaver, Thomas Brown from the Patriots, and Robert Saleh from the 49ers. Anybody there that draws attention or a name that I haven't mentioned that you're like, you know what, Arizona, go on, do your thing.
No. I'm trying to think, like, especially with coaching, like, it all depends on what guys are doing. Like you said, they're what is going on with Kyler Murray? Like, are they like actually done with them? Like,
The guy there, though, that would make the most sense for me is Robert Saleh. They almost need to build a culture in Arizona. They seem like a team that's just running around with their heads cut off. Like they don't know what they're doing. I think Robert Saleh would at least lead them into having an identity, and I think that would be step number one. Let's forget about what pieces we have. Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison are the world's most talented people. But you know what? Their talent's still going to be there in a 3-14 season, and their talent's still going to be there in a 14-3 season. How do you get to the 14-3 season version of them versus the 3-14 version of them? So my thought process is, regardless of who they pick, they have to pick a culture setter. Raheem Morris, not a culture setter. Clint Kubiak could be. I don't know. He's never led a team. That's my thoughts on Arizona. But you know what? For their 200 fans, this is probably very heartbreaking. I'm very sorry. Atlanta, they need a GM and a head coach. So they fired GM Terry Fontenot and they Fontenot, and head coach Raheem Morris. They finished 8-9, but they got eliminated. They're going to hire a president of football first. Matt Ryan looks to be the leading candidate there. Their GM interview requests have been Ian Cunningham from the Bears. Their head coach interview requests have been Vance Joseph, Anthony Weaver, Clint Kubiak, and Kevin Stefanski. What the fuck has Anthony Weaver done? Why is he? Why
is everyone after
Why is
him?
Anthony?
Surprising me
I'm
too.
just like, what has he done with the Dolphins defense? That is like, they're like, wow, we must have. Is it? Do you think it's a Rooney Rule? He is
Maybe.
black. I've
Maybe.
Googled him. That's the only thing I can think of is that he is the Rooney Rule, and they're just like, you know what, that makes sense. Because why on earth would they be doing that? That didn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised about that too.
What do they need in GMs? I guess somebody that doesn't sign a quarterback and then draft one 3 weeks later. I think that would probably be the best. The head coach, once again, guys, they don't need I don't think they need a big offensive minded coach. I think they need to fix their defense. I think Kevin Stefanski would work there, but Clint Kubiak would be perfect for Atlanta. That would be a perfect fit. You know, get the guy who's called those plays in Seattle, not called the plays in Seattle, but been around the guy who called those plays in Seattle, understands how to build a great, like Seattle's not too long ago where Seattle was rebuilding and they were in the dumpster fire and they had Geno Smith doing his thing, whatever he was doing. They went from that to whatever they're now very quickly, but based off the defense. Atlanta could do that. They just need to hire coaches that can promote their defense. Bijan's going to be Bijan no matter which coach you give him. So Kevin Stefanski could work there. Clint Kubiak could work there. I think either one of those coaches could work. Speaking of Kevin Stefanski, Cleveland Browns fired Kevin Stefanski after a 5-12 season. GM Andrew Berry is still there. Their interview requests, they've pitched out interviews to Todd Monken, Dan Pitcher, Tommy Reese, and Jim Schwartz. So that's their current defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz. Fellas, how do you fix the Browns? Brandon, go ahead. Fix the Browns for me.
You got to make a decision on what you're doing with Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, and what you're doing with your first round pick.
Apparently, they're drafting a quarterback.
No, they won't.
I'm telling you.
Can't. I'm sorry.
This
you
is not
can't.
something
You
I'm trying to
can,
do.
but that's something they probably will.
No, I don't think you
Because they
understand.
still have Watson
Guy-
under contract too. Like,
guys,
I'm
it's gonna-
sorry, you cannot waste another fucking pick on a quarterback.
I hope they do, because we're going to get kicked out of the draft floor. Because they're going to go up there onto the floor and go, with the first round pick for the Cleveland Browns, we'd like to select Ty Simpson from Alabama. And Brandon's going to hurl his drink at the stage. It's
I'm
gonna-
gonna
The whole city of Pittsburgh is just gonna laugh.
No, I don't know.
no shit. I'm not getting kicked out because
So
everyone's gonna be doing
everyone's
the same
gonna be
shit.
doing the same
You
shit.
can't kick me out if everyone else is
So
doing
funny.
it too.
But like, I don't know what else Shedeur Sanders has to do to prove that he.
Like I said, you didn't give him enough time to get the right sample size for him. Like you.
In a league which Kyler Murray continues to get starts and I don't get it. I don't know why we have to advocate so hard for Shedeur Sanders. I don't know if it's like a little fucking bit they do, but the amount of videos I saw of little kids opening up their Christmas gifts and it was a Shedeur Sanders jersey, getting overjoyed and happy. Cleveland, it's very easy for you not to fuck this up, but I have a real good feeling you're going to do it. So I'm excited to see what you do. I really don't know who you would hire as your head coach. I think anybody you hire, until your culture changes, it's going to be still the same old shit. You got to get better players on the offensive
They're
side.
going to draft a QB and they're going to hire Mike McCarthy.
Oh, that would be perfect. That would be that would
perfect
be
scenario for
that
that.
would be perfect. Actually, that fucker deserves to go
Holy
there.
Fuck yeah.
All right. So we've got Raiders. Fired Pete Carroll after one season, finished with the worst record in the NFL, the number one pick in the 2026 draft. GM John Spytek leads the search with his Michigan buddy, Tom Brady. They've reached out to Vance Joseph, Matt Nagy, Clint Kubiak, and Davis Webb. Once again. What the fuck were they thinking with the Pete Carroll hire?
Oh, he understood the assignment. They wanted to tank and fucking get the first overall pick. He did his fucking job, and now he gets to retire and sail off in the sunset.
I don't think that was what it was, because I think they signed him to a multi-year deal. I think you're giving Al Davis a lot of credit, or Mark Davis, what his son.
Davis.
Sorry,
Mark Davis doesn't know what he's fucking doing.
well, Mark Davis there's a bad place for him to be in LA. It's not good for his health. They didn't move him to Arkansas. I don't know, fellas. I don't know like which coach could go here. I think Harbaugh would be perfect.
Oh, can you imagine? Yeah, Harbaugh going in there with you've already got the weapons, and then you go in there and you've got the first overall pick, and you're gonna get Mendoza. Obviously, it's Mendoza.
You get your guy
Mendoza.
Mendoza. You get your guy Mendoza, and what a perfect player. Your brother's got Justin Herbert. You've got Mendoza. It's just beautiful, and you're in the same division.
Fuck, the track record though of coaches for the Raiders, the one and done seasons, they've had like four coaches.
They need Harbaugh. Like they need him bad.
Yeah,
like
they need a proven head coach.
they need a guy that's going to be there and build a culture and do his thing there. And like Robert Saleh could be another one. I can see that colored man in Las Vegas Raiders. You know, it's good times. But for me, the personal pick is Jim Harbaugh. John. I keep getting
Jim is
mixed up.
Chargers.
Yeah, Jim's Chargers. John. I want John in there. Get John in there. Miami. So they fired Chris Greer midseason. Longest active playoff win drought in the NFL. Head coach Mike McDaniel could be impacted by this hire, but right now he's staying on board. Troy Aikman is serving as consultant. So they've got Champ Kelly as the interim GM. Tariq Ahmed from the 49ers, RJ Gillen from the 49ers, Josh Williams for the 49ers. Can you tell which team they like? Alec Hollaby from the Eagles, John McKay from the Rams, John Eric Sullivan from the Packers, and Chad Alexander from the Chargers. All right. Out of those teams, the 49ers, the Eagles, the Rams, the Packers, the Chargers, you have to pick an executive that follows that kind of model or that kind of theme. Which team are you picking?
For Miami,
I mean, as painful as it is for me to do this, it would have to be Alec Hollaby from the Eagles.
Why?
Because I think the Eagles are probably the best managed team, and Roseman, I think, is probably the best GM in sports. Listen, I do not compliment the Eagles very often, but the Eagles have found a way to not only replenish their assets when their assets they cut bait quick. They trade they're aggressive in free agency. They're aggressive in the trade market. They're aggressive in they took Jalen Carter. They're like, the other teams are like, no, we're not going to take Jalen Carter. He's been under investigation for murder. And the Eagles were like, yeah, but we did our digging, and really, nothing really is going to happen. He was going to issue an apology. We're going to make a little donation. Things are going to be fine. Howie Roseman is a bit of a mob boss when it comes to it. And maybe, you know what? Maybe Miami needs their own version of Big Dom, like a Cuban one. What's a Cuban name? Big Mario.
Big Mario.
No. Big
fucking like Italian.
That is true. Big Ruben. We can call him Big Ruben.
Yeah.
Sure.
Big Ruben. What else would you name him? What's a Cuban name?
I don't fucking know.
Big Jose?
There you go.
No, it'd be called Papa Jose.
There you go.
There we go.
Papa Jose.
Papa Jose. That's the chief of security for the Miami Dolphins. Any of you guys? 49ers, Eagles, Rams, Packers, Chargers? Any teams that go out there, you're like, wow.
No.
Oh, pick one.
Fucking 49ers then. Because they want 49ers.
Fuck.
They're interviewing
Everybody
all
wants
fucking
them all.
49ers. So fuck it. I'll just say the 49ers.
All right. Well, the New York Giants are hiring a head coach. They fired Brian Dable midseason. Their GM is still there, surprisingly. I don't know how that happened. Their interview requests: Vance Joseph, Kevin Stefanski, Raheem Morris, Clint Kubiak, good old Mike McCarthy, Lou Anarumo, and Mike Kafka. Also, John Harbaugh, they've requested permission from.
I think that's who they got to get.
I
And
think
he
they'd be.
probably loved
I,
it there.
I think they'd be fine with. They'd be fine with Kevin Stefanski too. I really hope John Harbaugh does not go to the NFC East. Take him away from my division. I don't want him here.
Let's go Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Get the Pillsbury Doughboy in New York. Get him in there.
Let's go Mike McCarthy.
Tennessee Titans, they fired Brian Callahan after a 1-5 start. Search is led by GM Mike Borgozzi, Lou Anaramo, Vance Joseph, Matt Nagy, Raheem Morris, Kevin Stefanski, Steve Spagnuolo, and Jason Garrett.
Clappy McClapperson. Let's fucking go. Give him the fucking job. Clappy McClapperson.
Give it to Jason Garrett. Do it for
Bring
me
him
one
back.
time. Do it for me one time. Give it to the redhead.
I don't want to see him as an analyst on TV anymore. I can't fucking stand
Yeah,
listening to him.
I'm done
so
with
just
that.
get him off the air. Put him in Tennessee.
Yep. And that's about it for the head coach. But wait, the Dallas Cowboys fired Mike Eberflus.
Fucking finally, man. He should have been gone. He should have been the first fucking, before any head coach, he should have been the first person that's fucking let go. Oh, we need to take some time and all that.
No,
bullshit.
I'm very proud of Jerry. I'm very proud of him. Very good, Jerry Jones. Very good. A reporter asked Jerry Jones today. Here, I'll let you play. I'll play the clip, actually. Here you go.
Will Schottenheimer get to hire his own coordinator?
Trump just said it. I'm running. Venezuela.
Jerry!
Seriously.
Jerry!
Shotty had everything to do
Wait, one more time.
with hiring Matt
Wait, can't.
Eberflus last
Shit, I
time,
gotta-
and that's
I gotta
not
listen to the whole clip.
done as a negative. It had no way in the world he's here if Shotty didn't want him here. Okay, let me be real clear about
This
it.
motherfucker really just said Schottenheimer had everything to do with hiring Matt Eberflus. He literally just, and then he realized what he said. He's like, "Oh, I don't mean that negatively. I just, he had everything."
I just love how Schottenheimer, that entire question, just sat there, didn't flinch, straight face. Like,
Hey, one more time for the folks at home.
Will Schottenheimer get to hire his own coordinator?
Trump just said it. I'm running. Venezuela. Seriously. Shotty had everything to do with hiring Matt Eberflus last time, and that's not done as a negative. It had no way in the world he's here if Shotty didn't want him here. Okay, let me be real clear.
I love Jerry Jones. I love him. He is my you know what? He's probably caused me more grief. And I was speaking to my therapist about this 2 weeks ago. And she said, "What is the biggest grief causer in your life?" And I said, "Jerry Jones." I've never, I've been taking years off my life, probably, maybe decades. But you know what? I love Jerry Jones. The guy literally was like, he doesn't say before I die. He said, before I retire, I want to be known as the owner who had the most Super Bowls.
So that was a way to go.
Matthew, we need 3
Yeah,
to tie.
I know.
We need 4 to win.
Yeah.
The timeline is not looking very
He's
good.
going for the three-peat.
But having said that, fellas, I'm just going to... DC, Brian Flores. I think so. I think Brian Flores is going to be... I think Jerry Jones is going to offer that man a wad of money. He's going to offer him a wad of money. Second guy on the list that I think will be up for grabs will be Jim Schwartz, defensive coordinator of the Browns. And I don't think the buck stops there. I think we go all the way. Why stop at just Jim Schwartz? Those 2 first-round picks, at least one of them, maybe something else, maybe a first and a third, maybe a first and a second for next year. Well, I don't know. I think Max Crosby's going to be on the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think Jerry is joking around with this whole, I want to be known as the owner with the most amount of rings before I die. I think he's going balls to the wall. He's gonna do some crazy shit. I have a feeling.
Isn't he always doing some kind of crazy shit?
But actually, he doesn't make big free agency moves. Yes, last year they made the Pickens trade, but normally it's just him jerking around his own players for contracts. I think he's going to sign Pickens here. I think he's going to sign him quick. And then I think he's going to move on to figuring out they got to address these holes on the defense. And if they can address the holes in the defense and free agency, they're going to have about $80 million to work with. You get some defensive plugs in free agency. You add Max Crosby, maybe. Who knows what you're cooking with? That's just my thoughts. But I think Jerry's all in it to win it. I think he is definitely, he's a reelin'. He's a close to dying. And I think he knows that, and he's going to make a crazy final push here. We're about to see some crazy shit coming out of the Jones clubhouse. Anything to add, Brandon?
no, I think Flores is top of the list, but I mean, you go down, you bring back Aiden Dirty from Seattle because he was here as a defensive line coach under Dan Quinn, or fuck it, call Ohio State and get Matt Patricia.
Matt Patricia wouldn't be bad. Al Harris wouldn't be bad. Al Harris was here. They burnt that bridge, so maybe they're gonna have to do some reputation recovery. But Al Harris wouldn't be bad. Secondary coach in Chicago, I believe. So yeah, no, that'll be good. That'll be good times. All right, fellas, here we go. NFL Draft Prospect Spotlight. So every episode, we're gonna break down some players. We're going to break down some players, some random players. 4 players every episode, sometimes even more as we get closer to the draft. We're going to be going to the draft this year. You know what? That's a big thing for us. We want to make sure you guys are educated on all sorts of prospects that may be hitting the draft wire. And we know some of your teams may be eliminated from the playoffs. Probably not as fun to listen to us ramble on about the Bears and the Packers, so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. So, you know what? We got some content for you, too. First prospect spotlight, we're going to be doing wide receivers. So, we're spotlighting 4 very different receiver archetypes. Guys who win in completely different ways, but all project as NFL contributors with real upside. I wouldn't call this a ranking segment. We're not going to be ranking these guys. Like, we'll do that maybe at mock drafts and other places. But this is more, how do these guys actually win segment? So, number 1, I would say Jordyn Tyson, Arizona State. And Brandon, tell me about him.
So Jordyn Tyson, he initially went to Colorado. In his first year, he was limited. He got 466 yards, 4 touchdowns, and then he tore his ACL, MCL, PCL, and ended up missing the 2023 season. He was one of the guys, actually, because he was coming off the knee injury. He was one of the guys that Dion, when he came from
Jacksonville.
I want to say James Bass, but it wasn't. It was Jacksonville State or whatever it was. He was one of the guys that Dion told to pack your bags and hit the transfer portal because we don't want you. So then that's why he transferred to Arizona State. And in 2024 was a 1,000-yard receiver, 10 touchdowns. Again, got injured, broke his collarbone, missed the Big 12 championship in the playoffs. And then this year, he had another fucking injury with a hamstring. But when this guy isn't injured, he is fucking electric. So if you watch his tape, so he's 6'2", 200 pounds. If his 40-yard dash, they're estimating he's going to run it in about a 4.4, 4.5. Now, you watch the tape. The biggest things with Jordyn Tyson, he is a fucking fantastic route runner. You watch his tape, he's like Stephon Diggs when it comes to finding space.
That's exactly who I had as his pro comparison. Yes.
Especially when the quarterback is on the run. Okay, if you want to see Jordyn Tyson at his best before I get into anything else, week 3 against Texas State, go look up his fucking touchdown. So he was lined up in the slot. I think he ran a corner flag route. Levitt was on the run, made a ridiculous throw. Tyson made the catch, ran up the sideline, hurdles a fucking defender, tiptoes on the line, stayed inbounds, and then fucking dives in the end zone. Go look it up. Week 3 versus Texas State. Now, going back to the tape, not only, we just talked about it, finding space in zone. If you're playing zone, good luck on him. Creating separation, especially in soft man coverage, which means you're giving him a cushion off the line. Great body control, great hang time with his jumps, makes ridiculous catches. He's got great hands when it comes to making the difficult catches, contested catches, one-handed catches. His yards after the catch as well. That's where it makes him shine. You know, he turns like a 6-yard pass and he's getting those extra yards. He can play both in the slot or as a wideout. In 2024, he was more of a 50-50 split. This year, he lined up more as a wideout. And once he finds that open space, he's gone. You're not catching him. But one of the biggest things as well with Arizona State, so Hines Ward is the receivers coach at Arizona State. Mm-hmm. They emphasize what's called a no block, no rock mentality. If you're not fucking blocking, you're not getting plays drawn up for you. You're not getting looks. You're not getting the fucking ball. So you better fucking block. So when you really look at a comparable, Amon-Ra St. Brown, because Amon-Ra St. Brown put him up with maybe A.J. Brown as the best blocking wide receiver in the game right now. So He's not afraid of the physicality. He's going to run right fucking through you, and he doesn't give up on the plays. So he's electric. Now, the biggest knock on him is the injury history. Like I said, in his freshman year, towards ACL, MCL, PCL. 2024, broke his collarbone. This year, he had hamstring injuries. And then, as much as he's got great hands on the difficult catches, he reminds me a lot of Des Bryant. He's going to make the highlight catches. He's going to make the contested catches. His drops are the ones that's like, dude, that was right in your fucking hands. That was right into the numbers.
Yeah.
Those are the ones he drops. He's going to probably have to gain a little bit of weight. Just getting off the line with the bigger physical defensive backs, if they're playing press coverage, which means they're playing you on the line. So, of course, you're allowed to contact within that 1 yard. That's where he struggles a little bit. But everything about him is just big playmaker. He's ready to be that wide receiver number one.
Do you think he would have, like, if he played in the SEC, do you think we talk about him differently?
Oh, fuck, 100%.
Yeah.
And then if he's not getting injured, I mean, he's...
Yeah. Because I feel like watching his tape and watching some of the stuff he's doing, I'm like, this guy was playing in Georgia, Ohio State, or if he's playing in Texas, or he's playing like some of the more bigger schools. Don't knock on Arizona State, but still not one of the bigger schools. I think we would be talking about him in a way, way different light because some of the shit he's doing is insane.
Like, watching his tape, just his ability to just get in space, get open. Like,
yeah.
Every catch, like, he's open. You just watch a tape, he's open.
He makes your
Even in
quarterback look
contested
real
catches,
good.
like, he's got the room, so you throw him a jump ball. He's got great hang time. He's making those catches. So when they tell you to throw the ball where only your wide receiver can get it, that's literally the wide receiver you want to throw the ball to where only he can get it.
Yeah, no. I think he's a name to watch for wide receivers. Moving on to Mr. Carnell Tate.
Yeah, so Carnell Tate, wide receiver from Ohio State, junior, 6'3", 195. He had 51 receptions this year for 875 yards and 9 touchdowns. So this guy had 4 games with over 100 yards receiving, and he had touchdown catches in 8 out of 11 games this year. He is insane he's great at catching 50-50 jump balls. You just throw the ball up to him, he goes and gets them. He's a tough, strong runner with good speed. He doesn't have like breakout speed. That's one of the knocks on him is that he can't really accelerate too well, but still a great route runner. They just say he needs to be a little bit more explosive off the line, needs to improve his acceleration off the line. He's got great, strong hands. His home run ball, he's great at, and red zone, he's one of the best at the back shoulder fades.
He reminds me a lot of T. Higgins.
Yeah.
That's
lot of
the guy
guys
that I think of like when it comes to him.
Yeah. I mean, there's some comparisons for him that say Justin Jefferson is up there based off his strong hands.
Yeah.
I see a lot of JSN too in his game, especially with the ability to just hit the go route.
I think just where he's ranked, if he goes to the Chiefs, it's a problem. Just because they could utilize him everywhere. Like, he can be put in the slot, he can be put out wide, he can be put pretty much anywhere you want. And I think if he goes there, that's like the place where he would shine the most.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a top 10 pick. I could see him going as high as 4 to Tennessee.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
another. Yeah, Cam Ward could get a weapon.
Yeah, exactly.
Cam Ward could get a weapon. For Carnell Tate, do you think, and this is not just Carnell Tate, obviously, but like, do you think because he's in Ohio State, do you think the expectations for him are a little bit higher than they would be for somebody who went to a different school, just because the wide receiver pedigree of Ohio State?
Definitely. I think with him, his case is going to be, can he be like a wide receiver 1 in a place like Tennessee or Kansas City? Because playing at Ohio State, they had Jeremiah Smith, right?
Yeah.
And next year, he's projected to be consensus number 1 receiver. And Carnell Tate's pretty much up there too, but
it's easier for you to get open and when you get the second best cornerback on you versus the best one. Yeah. So that's something to watch because I love watching how programs how certain programs pump out certain guys. And Ohio State, man, they pump out wide receivers like it's nobody's business. So when you see an Ohio State wide receiver come out, you're like, okay, is he really good because he plays on Ohio State and he gets the third cornerback or second cornerback matchup, or is he actually really good? So No, I think Carnell Tate, you're spot on. He could go as high as 4. Like depending on what teams value at which position, you've definitely got a potential high pick there. Now, Mr. Denzel Boston from the Washington Huskies. KK, give us the rundown.
So he's a Washington boy that went to college in Washington, the Huskies. Nice. Junior, 6'4", 209 pounds. He played behind Romeo Ndunze, Jalen McMillan, and Jalen Polk his first 2 seasons.
Okay, so that's like...
So he's really only got 2 playing seasons. 62 receptions, 881 yards, 11 TDs in 12 games.
Yeah.
Similar stats both seasons. So he's got some strength. He's a very efficient route runner that can create separation from defenders. He thrives in the 15 to 25 yard range, where his size, strong hands, and body control allow him to dominate the most valuable real estate on the field. He's a monster in contested catches, situations where he can get to the high point. He bulks out defenders, very similar to rebounding in basketball.
Yeah.
I guess that's what gives him separation. And he uses his vice grip hands, which he's got insanely crazy hands. He's a huge red zone weapon. He's got tactical route running, physically dominant, presents enormous catch radius to QBs. He shows some effort and technical understanding as a blocker. Probably needs a little bit more work on that. He doesn't dash around. He's not flamboyant with the ball. He's more of a north and south runner.
Yeah.
So he's also got to work on his direction running, cutbacks, digs he struggles with.
Yeah. Now, do you think he's closer to a wide receiver 1 at the next level in the NFL, or do you think he's closer to a wide receiver 2?
Because he dominates the middle part of the field,
yeah,
I think he's a wide receiver 1.
Yeah, so I watched film on all 4 of the guys, but I think like watching his film, he reminds me a lot of Drake London. Especially with the hands, and I think his ability, like his body type, ability to get up. Washington hasn't had the best QB. They also haven't played the best competition, so he does benefit a little bit from, playing not the best cornerbacks, but you can't teach being good at football. You're either good at football or you're not good at football.
Well, he's very athletic.
Right? That's what I mean. So it's like teams will overthink a receiver. They'll think about, okay, well, he played in a certain program, or he didn't do this, or he didn't do that. Denzel Boston is good at football. He will go and he'll do his thing. And it reminds me a lot of when teams tried to galaxy brain, who's the best rookie receiver this year? Was it Egbuka?
He's up there.
Yeah, Ted McMillan.
There was another. Ted McMillan was up there. There was another guy that was there. I can't remember the. Let me pull him up. NFL rookie receivers. I think it might have been Jaden Higgins. I think that was the guy. Where Jaden Higgins is just good at football. Like he's just a good football player. And he's not going to go out right away, and he's not going to become like the number 1 dog on your team right away. But he's going to be there for valuable times, and like he's going to be a valuable piece. So Denzel Boston, I think he might slide in the first round. You might if teams need wide receivers, you might see him slide down for him. I think he's a perfect fit alongside of DK Metcalf in Pittsburgh. For the Steelers fans out there, I think they would love this guy because he can.
I think the Bills really need a guy like him as well.
Yeah, a Bills team could use him. Chiefs could use him. So there's teams out there that have needs of wide receivers where Denzel Boston can fit in the first round. All right, fellas, last one here. Makai Lemon, USC. So, he's a tough, instinctive slot receiver. He wins routes with nuance, awareness, and competitive play strength. He's not the most athletic. He's 5'11", 195 pounds. He's not going to be your super tall receiver going up for jump balls. But Lemon does consistently work open in the short and intermediate areas, and he shows an advanced field for leverage and timing against zone and man coverage. He's fearless over the middle, attacks the football late with strong hands, and creates extra yards after the catch through balance, vision, and lateral agility. So reading up about his past, he was a defensive back in high school. he was actually thinking about going into doing a dual position when he went to college. They talked him out of that. They're like, you got to be a wide receiver. Come on over to USC, be a wide receiver. Now, why that's important is he loves contact. He loves contact, and he's not taken down easily. So his yards after the catch are at an insane level. And I think teams are going to love that. His weaknesses are he does struggle sometimes versus physical press man coverage at the line of scrimmage. He lacks an explosive first step. He's not going to have huge vertical speed. He's more of a build-up athlete than an instant accelerator. His best usage comes from the slot. My comparison with him is Amon St. Brown. I think he's a shorter guy, but he is a guy that he loves contact. And to your point earlier, Brandon, you can put him in blocking positions. He can block for you. He's massive for his frame. So there's no issue there, but I would definitely say he is probably, in my eyes, a first round pick to the right team. Once again, the same crop of teams we said: Steelers, Bills, Chiefs, Titans. Any of those teams could go for him. Now, out of these four, I guess the question I'll ask is, which of these four receivers helps which rookie QB the most? So that could be a current rookie NFL quarterback or one going into a situation. Like, let's put Mendoza on the Raiders and Moore on the Jets for now, for the sake of this argument.
Fuck, I'm going to say Jordyn Tyson, man. I'm watching this guy's film and just his ability to find space. And like I said, finding space when the quarterback's on the run, which when you're a rookie quarterback, you're scrambling, you're running all over the place. You don't want to get fucking sacked. You're running. This guy just gets open. So, and he can catch the ball like anywhere. Like his catch radius is great. Like I said, the biggest thing with Jordyn Tyson, if Jordyn Tyson didn't have the injuries, he would be clear cut the number one wide receiver. Like, it wouldn't even be a question.
Yeah, there's no conversation.
It wouldn't even be a question.
Yeah.
But that's what teams are going to look at is the injury history. So it just really depends on if you're on the field or not. 'Cause if you're not on the field, you're.
Yeah, I think. Tyson or Tate, the guys that can.
I think I know how this. I think I know how this is going to go for future episodes. My guy. My guy.
Well, I just think it's for helping out a rookie quarterback. It's a guy that can just catch the 50-50 balls, right?
Yeah.
Just throw it up there, and if he can get it. So a guy like Tyson or Tate that are bigger guys that can do that have like reliable hands, that are good route runners, they could do that.
All right. So if all four are on the board, who are you pounding the table for if you're working as a scout?
I'm going Jordyn Tyson.
All right.
Not just because I had. Not just because I had him. If he wasn't injured, we probably wouldn't even have talked about him. We would.
It all depends on what the team needs.
KK, say it. Say it. I'm going Denzel Boston.
Denzel Boston.
All right. Come on. You could say it.
It all depends on what the team needs.
The part why I love draft season and why I love like studying prospects is we're all right. All of us are right now. There's no wrong answer here. You're totally valid for being like, you know what? I want Tyson number one. I'm valid for saying
Tyson and Denzel seem very similar. Very similar.
There's rationale everywhere. So we're gonna keep doing this for the future episodes. We're gonna pick a different position for the next episode. We'll do our homework. We'll do all that whole thing. But that's the point of these kind of prospect spotlights or mock drafts or whatever. It's because like we can all be like, hey, our guy's the best.
We should have something where we have a bet on where our guy goes.
Oh, I like it.
So when we're in Pittsburgh,
I like that too.
Right?
All right.
Your guy ends up on the team you picked.
Okay. So wait, so
we can figure that out.
So no, we can do bet. We'll just do bets on which player gets picked higher.
We can do that.
So
too.
it'll just be like whichever pick gets played high. Well, trust me, we got a lot of players. So this could either become a fun drinking game or this could be a
Oh boy.
this could be a little bet game that we do. But regardless, you guys will be all tuned in. But anything else to add, fellas?
No.
Awesome. Well, we'll be back. We'll be checking out the playoff games this week. So we might be back earlier than normally scheduled programming, depending on our schedules. But if you don't follow us already, give us a follow at Red Zone Blitz Pod on X, Instagram, TikTok. Write to us, redzoneblitzpodcast@gmail.com. If there are any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. But until next time, this is G.
Brandon.
KK.
And I'm Matt.
And special shout out to Miller Lite. We're out.